It's Tuesday night, it's 10:30 or near enough, and that can mean only one thing. It is, of course, the Tuesday Club. But tonight I thought I went a little departure from the standard sort of thumbnail, and I thought, you know what, I'd really want to talk about this because ever since I saw this story yesterday or the day before, I'm losing track of what date it is today. It's Tuesday today. Obviously it's Tuesday. But ever since I saw this story, I thought it can't be true. But it seems to have gathered a little bit of pace. And on reflection, it does feel like there is something to it. So, of course, you will not be surprised here that I want to discuss whether this is Martin Odegaard's last season. After the start of the season with Tony Adams coming out and saying what I think a lot of people feel, which is Martin Odegaard isn't quite the right captain to lead you to a title. But it's now looking ever more likely that we are going to win a Premier League title. So in that sense, Martin Odegaard will have been the captain to lift the title, but he hasn't really played well. There's been a couple of games here or there. For me, last season was disappointing. It all sort of fell apart with injuries. But then there was also the spell when he had his child, his little baby was born, and maybe things shifted a little bit for him. Maybe he wasn't getting enough sleep. But he hasn't really been the player that we need him to be. And reality, I think, is at the moment we're kind of struggling to know who our perfect number 10 is. Eze hasn't always grabbed the opportunity he's been given. Of course, played well against Wigan. But so did Bukayo Saka in the sort of 10. And now more and more people are talking about maybe that's the best place to play Saka. Mikel Arteta talking in his press conference about how the relationship between Noni Madueke and Bukayo Saka is really great. They're really good friends. They play really well. The interplay. But I think we have to pour a little bit of cold water on this and just say, look, how you play against Wigan effectively in a training game is not necessarily what we're expecting to see or what we will see in the Premier League. And of course, tomorrow's game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, some squeaky bum time. I'm really fairly confident about it. I think we're going to grind out some wins, but we will talk about it. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. But this is a Tuesday Club, so there is nothing off the books. I will say this, don't get bored of me saying it, but I'm hopefully not going to do a late stream tonight because I do have to be up early for work. But let's gather ourselves. Let's let some of the regulars get in. I can see we've got a good crowd in already, so fantastic to see you all. I'm going to give you a slight, short musical interlude because it's Tuesday Club. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club.
As dust settles, moonlight sharp like a blade. Tuesday Club door swing, cool cats invade. Rosie at the helm, a queen with no crown. Snaps fingers once the whole room quiets down. Jackets leather, glasses frosted with steam. Laughter ricochets like a well-oiled machine. Dice roll in shadows, secrets drip like wax. Stylish assassins, no need to relax. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. Corners dim where the whispers spark flames. Stories unravel but nobody names names. Vinyl spins and beats bounce off the walls. Saxophone crying like the street light calls. The regulars know it's not just a scene. It's a haven for the sharp, the slick, the serene. Chatter like bullets ricochet through the air. Rosie's eyes sharper than a lioness stare. No drama, no mess, just rhythm and flow. Tuesday's the day, the city, let's go. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. I got the Tuesday Mets, no light, that's the Tuesday Mets. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday Club.
Drink responsibly. Right. Okay. Nice to see you. Depends what you want to talk about. I'm here to talk about what you want to talk about, but we do have to say, I mean, it becomes a bit of a radio show, musical show. Hawkwind's here. Hawkwind says geezer. And when I see Hawkwind, don't know, we've got some gremlins in the system. I don't know if you heard that. Let me know if you didn't hear that. But nice to see you. Nice to see so many of you here already. And then all the hands. Miss Melina, Queen of Arsenal. Miss Melina's here. And so is Malia, Queen of Tea. Big up Bossman in the chat. Tuesday Club, let's go. Never miss a Tuesday Club. Hawkwind and the Queen of Arsenal. And there he is, Zanzi Barbarian. I notice he's on the portrait profile and he's got this on his phone. Hawk, no mate, you're the geezer. They're having their usual loving at the beginning there. Likewise, Mr. Hawk, likewise. And Luke Watts, 7728. Of course, the only Luke Watts we recognise here. And Kermit Middlefinger. Great to see you. Sale Odegaard in summer ribbit. Looks like it. I've got a feeling that's going to be the most... do you know what? We will put a poll up. How many of you are... If Sam Greenwood was here, he'd say keep him. And maybe Gary would. Maybe Gary pop in later. I know there's a few people who really like him. I've always been a massive fan of Martin Odegaard, but you can't get away from the fact that he hasn't played well this season. We don't look better with him in the team. There's been a couple of games in a row that we look good with him, but other than that, he's been disappointing in that position. Kai Havertz started to look like he might be able to make that position his own, and then he got injured, not perhaps surprisingly. Although, good news is he is expected to be back for the North London Derby, a must-win game, because they all are right now. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of Bring on the Puppies and a packet of We're Gonna Wolf 'em Down. Oh, love it. Oh, careful of the yams. No, let's be real. Let's spit some facts, if we will. We didn't exactly batter them at the Emirates, so are we worried? Doesn't sound like it. Rosie, Fandabi Rosie. Great to see you. And Malt Licky Texas, High Landlord and chat. Oh, Wolves is tomorrow. I thought it was Thursday. No, we don't play every Thursday. And also some good games. Anyone watch the Champions League tonight? Benfica, Real Madrid. Don't know, man. Stuff to talk about there. I don't really know what to make of it. I don't know if it was a player that incensed Vinicius Jr. Of course, he alleged, and I have no reason to doubt him, that someone had racially abused him. The protocol, he then was entitled to leave the field and was convinced to come back on. There was a 12-minute injury time. Brilliant goal from Vinny, though. Would you take him at Arsenal? Silly question. Is it true that all is fair in love and war? Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're already at war, there's no rules, is there? Boy 10 Dio's in ass. Well done. Good to see you. I'm not looking forward to bacon and banana. It's not going to be tonight. I have a feeling we're doing a Thursday. It's going to be Club Tropic Arsenal, where no one will be talking football. We're all just going to get to know each other like a proper good old-fashioned pub. I'm going to need you lot to do a lot of the talking, because I'm probably going to have gag reflex in overdrive eating bacon and banana pizza. Don't know why I'm doing it. I just said I would, and now I'm sticking to it. Mr. Tom, you know what? Absolutely love it when
almost
you're here.
Everything has something to do with Leeds United. Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom.
I can't help it.
I have absolutely no idea why my mic muted there. When are you free to do another Mind Candy was the question. I want to do another film show. I have seen some films. Mr. Tom, Leeds. And of course, as we're all in the cup together. It's not bad this season, is it? We're still in every... I mean, Mansfield. Let's talk about that if you want to. I don't know if there's much to say. We're getting through that. And then... There's a lot of people saying hello to each other, as is always the case. Hello to be AI. Yes, AI or not AI. Interesting opening gambit. Welcome in. Hola, Mali. I'm AI. I'm artificial. I'm A. I'm an A. Then there's... Thought you were in the vertical. Said hi to you in there too. He was. Wrong broadcast. I'm on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I just don't think you see each other's. I read out a lot of these anyway. Resound Productions. Thank you for the nice intro comment. I think that's most people's favourite tune we do. I hope you had a good day so far. Zanzi, Ola Rosie. Look at all this. Go on, Gooners. Well played. Jim Smith, F6D. We're playing some hot stuff. Oh, God, that takes me back to when we had the Arsenal away boys and they released Hot Stuff and Ian Wright. It was an Arsenal-themed one. Can I be a mod, please? Don't think anyone's ever asked that before. Hawkwind. Hello, brothers. Good day for you. Every day above ground's a good day, Adam Free. Good to see you. Can I be a mod, please? I think you just asked that. And Arse fan, I'm joking. Chill. You know when you have to tell people you're joking, it's probably not that funny. Good evening on this rainy evening, and good evening to you too. Odegaard has not been the same since his last injury. No, he hasn't, and there's all kinds of... I think there's so much bollocks that gets talked around players anyway. There's a lot of people saying, oh, he's worried about the World Cup. Yeah, maybe he's that, and I don't know. He just hasn't been as influential. A lot of criticism. I think I listened to Highbury Squad on my exercise, my post-work exercise, nice brisk walk, and can I just say, YouTube community, and I'm not including myself. Obviously, I wouldn't. You guys are a fantastic community, but you don't have to drop in on a lot of football content before you find that it's mostly filled with piss and vinegar. And Sophie on Highbury Squad is definitely serving champagne. It was a fantastic show she did tonight. She's on again tomorrow. I'm sure you're all subscribed. I'm a really massive fan. And there were lots of really intelligent conversations. One that really stood out for me, and I think it's Adam from Gooners Therapy, and he was talking about, when people say that Mikel Arteta is over-coaching, which I'm not saying I disagree with. I have no basis to disagree with, but they're saying, when the Arsenal players get into good positions, they pass it instead of shooting, and that's the coaching from Arteta. And he made the point, and that's not something you coach. Most good managers just coach you up to the final third, and then you have to do what's right to score goals. Don't know if we have enough players in the squad that are ready to take shots. I would say that. But Luke Watt says, I just watched the game. I felt I was really disappointed because I put some money on 2.5 goals. So just probably should have watched Paris Saint-Germain against Monaco. I understand following Balogun scored a brace in that one. Let me know if I'm wrong. And Baby's disgraceful behaviour in the Benfica game. The fans booing Vinny Jr., I think, was more to do with his celebrations at the corner flag, which was incendiary, insightful. Gonna happen. Booing players has always been the case. But any allegations of racism, obviously, are just... You do think, in this day and age, honestly, are we still doing that? Is that still something that we have to put up with? I'm glad Vinicius Jr. got back on the pitch because I think the only way but there will be an investigation, and I hope that if anything like that happened, it will be dealt with, and it will be dealt with from the team and the fans. It's time to sell Odegaard. He wouldn't need to be sold if football wasn't so precious about changing captaincy. It's a good point, really good point. Boyd and Diaz used to making them. It's been a tough season for Odegaard ever since Tony Adams came out and said he shouldn't be captain. I don't know. Listen, all I know is what I've read, and that he has asked. This is where I can't believe it's true. This really I find staggering. Could it be that Martin Odegaard has actually asked his agent to see if he can play for Man United? And just as you think that's ridiculous, I then saw Jude Bellingham linked with Man United and think, hang on, is this the same Man United who might not make Europe this season? Is this the catastrophe club that... I mean, they don't even know who the manager is yet, unless Michael Carrick's been given it permanently and I didn't notice. Watched the Benfica game and it was horrible, no excuse for racism. I just want to say, I don't think the crowd would... getting at him because of racism. I think that they were pissed off with him because of his celebration. Somebody allegedly was racist. At this point, we don't know what was said and by whom, but I think it's meant to have been a player. And if that's happened, then obviously, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous anyway because there are I was going to say there are players of both colours in all teams, but you know what? It's just stupid anyway. Let's go Leeds United. Dan Jr. Another. Hopefully we have got a few Leeds fans in tonight. I know Mr. Tom's in. Pointed here, Mr. Quad loading still very possible, mate. Indeed. Kicks door open. All right, you slags. Now that is the proper way to come into a London pub. Well done, Collis. You have certainly acquitted yourself marvellously. Hello, everyone, says Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling. He talks so much more than wrestling. Bacon and banana pizza sounds like a medical experiment of some sort. I think it will be. I'm doing it on Thursday. This is it. Club Tropic Arsenal. We're doing Thursday night. No football talk. No football. Just everyone. You can talk about why you love football. You can talk about anything you like. You don't have to turn up, obviously. It's not mandatory, but I hope I see a good number of you. And I, to crown it all, will be eating bacon. I will be having a pina colada, and I will be having a bacon and banana pizza, because it seems tropical, doesn't it? Sort of Del Boy pizza. I'll let you know honestly what I think of it. Pro quad, quad positive, the quad fathers, in quad we trust. Makuzi absolutely smashing it in. Well done. Bosh, going to the game tomorrow. Good for you. Are you really? Jeez, all the way up to Wolves. Good for you, though. I want to hear from you what your predictions are going to be. In this channel, we tend to get our predictions savagely wrong, though. Has anyone else noticed that? It can't just be me. Ryan, the Arsenal fan. Hello. Come on, you Gunners. And Dan wants to do another Mind Candy stream. Damn Skippy. Make him join me on a Mind Candy. Oh, ye of little flavours, bacon and banana pizza will turn you into a gourmand. It certainly won't. It certainly won't. Good. Thanks, Rosie. Hope you're well. What awesome food did you make today? People want to... This is it. Probably Thursday we'll just talk food. Or I might not want to after a bacon and banana pizza. I think the quad is inevitable at this point. I have been... Honest to goodness, I've done more statistical analysis. I've run Monte Carlo forecasts. I can tell you, I have predicted, using 200,000 simulations, by the way, I have predicted the exact day on which St. Totteringham's Day will occur. As well as, I can tell you, watch out for this on a video tomorrow, when I expect the title to be done, who's going to win it, and what percentage probability it's going to be, as well as when St. Totteringham's Day will be. So that is in a video that hasn't been finally edited yet, but I really enjoyed doing the research. The quad is not inevitable at this point. I can tell you that it is a less than 2% chance that we will win all 4 trophies we're in. But that's not terrible. So, you know, maybe celebrate quad loading. Maybe buy a quad loading t-shirt. What's that you say? Where could I get a quad loading t-shirt from? This one, quad loading. Look at the colours. Look at... Can I tell you that wasn't... that's fantastic cotton as well. A cotton affair. So please let me know. There is an email address going down the bottom. All you've got to do is ask me where you can get one. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. That's a new attitude in football. No one does that in the football sphere. In all good pharmacies. Hi, everyone. So everyone's saying hello to each other. I'll say it again, Dan. Sell. Skipper, as I can't write Odegaard. Well, you did write Odegaard. I think you've written it wrong, though. Where's Sam Greenwood when you need him? I think Odegaard just needs to play better and then it'll be good. Well, yeah, obviously he plays much better, then we won't want to let him go. Watch the film you was on about, Tom, and I found it hilarious. Which one was it? In a good way. I still haven't got around to watching Postman, but that might be something I'll watch tomorrow. If Odegaard is protecting himself because of the World Cup, that's extremely unprofessional. And also, I know he's a captain and all, and he gets in and everything, but it's really bad. I just don't believe any footballer does that. I don't think that he'd get on the pitch. I don't think his performances have been so bad but he does back out of tackles. You know, he hasn't. I mean, Kai Havertz has looked better in the short amount of time he's played the 10. Eze hasn't made it his own. We let Wanyeri go off to Marseille, where he's roundly booed and hated by everyone. We need to get Highbury squad on here. I'd love that. Absolutely. There's a couple of people. I want to get DJB on here. Really like him as well. Dan, how are you? Oh, obviously in deluded. But how are you? Saka contract 300. Oh, Charles, thank you for reminding me. And Saka has become our highest paid player with a 5-year contract. Doesn't matter to us. But I have to ask, he's 25 in September and his time running out to become world class. I saw you ask this question of Hybrid Squad, so thank you for asking it here as well. I'm grateful for a chance to answer it. The question of whether someone is or is not world class is usually answered after their career. It's amazing to me that I don't think Paul Scholes was ever very high up in the Ballon d'Or list, but to hear people talk about him now, he was an outstanding player. Really, it comes down to how many things you win. If Saka goes his entire career without winning anything, from here, I don't think he would be considered world class. I tend to think world class is if you would get into, if there were 25-person squad picked to represent the world, would you get into it? I think he probably would. I think there's most Premier League teams that Bukayo Saka gets into, and the Premier League is outshining all the other leagues. I don't know if he gets into Real Madrid squad, but I have a feeling he probably would. So maybe the question isn't really about whether or not if he becomes world class. Maybe he is already world class, but there just aren't enough players around him at Arsenal. But if he goes on to win a quad, that conversation will be had. Declan Rice wins Ballon d'Or at that point, doesn't he? A loan might be a good option. Do you mean for Odegaard? Because I think he actually just wants to leave. I don't know what that is, so I can't read that. Melina, seen Help. She loved it. Send Help. Oh, yeah. Melina loved that one. The bit when she puked on him after... Well, I don't know. So no spoilers. Fucking hell. You're going to watch NXT tonight, Mr... Oh, there's a wrestling thing going on, I imagine. And I've started binge watching a little show called Lost. I like the first series of that. I think what happened with Lost is that basically they'd written a good 2 series, maybe 3, and then they got commissioned and said, you got to fill it. We want 5 series. And they're like, backstory, flashback, la. Are you one of the Arsenal fans that has slated Arteta for years and now hate watches your own team as they walk the Prem? No. I'm not hate watching Arsenal, but like most people in the Arsenal world, you do get asked if you're Arteta in out. Can I just be neither? If he wins the quad, I'll love him. He's a man who manages a club. Also, Windowgate. Time to talk about the amount of look. Can't just say this. There are grown men out there who seem to wake up every morning and look for shit to say about Mikel Arteta. The fact that he didn't stop and open his window to some random drunken bloke in the street who's holding up a plus-size shirt pretending it was a signature he wanted for his son, I wouldn't have stopped for that guy. Then I don't give a shit if Mikel Arteta... God, I'll get my words out. Mikel Arteta could be an absolute douchebag for all I care. I don't know if it matters. He's a manager of Arsenal. As long as he wins a title... He can run the bloke over as far as I care. But we could talk about that. But who are these people who has slated Arteta for years? No, I have to say, when he first came in, I wasn't particularly impressed. He kind of turned me around with the Boxing Day game against Chelsea, and it's been a fairly upward progression. But I can't pretend the last 3 years hasn't been a little bit sad. Mate, I want to watch Send Help. I've theory regarding Lost. There he is. It's Bad Audio Bobby with a fabulous £4.99 gift. Thank you so much. You've been super generous. I hope you know it's fully appreciated. Utu B says Mevik KKK. So good to see you. I could see Odegaard sold, but only if we use the money to get left wing sorted out. Yeah, it's a good point. We do need to left wing sorted out. The other one who's on his way, it looks like, is Martinelli, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I loved Lost, even the ending. Great. Never saw the ending. I saw 3 series of it and just got bored. Just got fed up and stopped watching it. And I said, I'll catch it up in a bit. Too much lip service paid to anti-racism in football. If a player is guilty, immediate 3-match ban. 3 match doesn't seem enough. I think it's longer than that. I think actually it's 10 matches. But then, there is a lot of talking about it. There are obviously elements of this all over Europe. And I'm dare say, although you don't hear about it so much in the Premier League, have no idea what you're talking about. My predictions are always correct. No, they're not. Although you're not bad, actually. I think Odegaard should be sold, in my opinion. HJ80307. Can we just have the normal names back? YouTube, are you watching? Give us our normal names back. It's bloody stupid. Bad Audio Barbie. Which reminds me, I've got people want to come on and I ain't put a bloody link. So... Mr. Tom needs to come back to me urgently regarding when the next Mind Candy will be. Please nag him, all of you, until he says yes. Happy Ash Wednesday for anyone who's Christian. Yes, it is. Well, it's today, Shrove Tuesday, coming up to Ash Wednesday for tomorrow. Regale me. I found out it was pancake. I just didn't eat pancakes today. I binge watched Better Call Saul last fortnight. Can't believe I avoided it before. What show? Maybe even better than I think it's better than Breaking Bad. I bloody loved that show. Today is Pancake Day. Waffle and a smoke. Less than 2% is greater odds than I was expecting from the simulations I've already won. You're a winner all day, every day. And like I said, watch out for the video tomorrow. I've run 200,000 Monte Carlo forecast simulations, and I can tell you the exact probability that Arsenal will win the league. That doesn't make any sense, and repeating it didn't help. 0.2%, that might have got me thinking, no, it's 2%. Sam Greenwood. Everybody's just laughed at that. That's weird. I'm going to have to stop reading out some of these idiots. Sky will give us 22% chance to win the quad after the Carabao finals. It does take a long time to run a Monte Carlo forecast, so I didn't do it for if we'd already won the League Cup, but I will do that for you for Thursday night's show, even though we're not talking about football. And Farke is better. Exactly. Farke is a far better manager. In fact, I understand that we're going to be sacking Mikel Arteta and bringing in Daniel Farke. Mr. Tom would love that. I'm sorry, but Saka doesn't deserve 300k a week. He's not putting out Salah numbers. Majin! It's not my money. No, he's not putting out Salah numbers. That's absolutely true. Very few people did put out Salah numbers, though, no? Charles, do you think safe standing 13,500 clock end improve the atmosphere drastically? Yes. I'd love to see it. I watched a fabulous. I didn't do it in time today because work and family time, everything else. But I did. I saw a fabulous YouTube channel where this lady was talking about the proposed building of an extra, 18,000 seats to get us to 80,000 by digging. Because people keep saying this, we're going to dig down. It's like the Emirates Stadium is above the Piccadilly line and the London Sewer Network. I mean, I don't want to dig down too far. But speaking of digging down, not speaking of the sewers, there he is. The one, the only, the inimitable, the force of nature who is Oubliette.
Oh, I can't get over this left and right thing.
You can't, can you? Do you know what? It might be something you want to go and get checked out because it's like it's not that difficult.
I thought we were doing the thingy because I've got me
Thursday
brief thing.
Thursday.
You said Tuesday.
I did say Tuesday, and I'm entitled to change my mind.
That's true.
Thursday is better all round. I'm still waiting to hear from my governor at work. If he watches this, love you, Adam. I've booked Friday off, which means I can stay up late eating hopefully delicious pizza, hopefully life-changingly good banana and bacon pizza, and talking about non-football matters in a pub setting with people I like.
Do you actually mean your governor at work or the governor at home?
She's fine. She'd be fine with it. She doesn't care if I'm tired all day. No, it's the it's the boss at work. I decided I want to take Friday off, but I didn't know he was taking it off, and someone else in the data team's taking it off, and everyone seems to have Friday off. So he's not in, and I don't know. But I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. Hopefully it'll be Thursday. If not, it'll be Friday. But I will let you all know in due course. 2 to 3 peak years, footballers remain in their peak till about 33 in modern football. It's true. Paul Scholes was unreal, you silly drunk. You you were born in 1991, weren't you? And some people are just stupid. Okay, so, but if we win, I'd guess 92 peak, 3 years, 29 GAs dwindle. Where we are, Zanzibar Barbarian. We're winning the Carabao. I don't have any doubts about it at present. I do. Zanzi, are you sure?
It's a one game against Man City. At least they're not going to have Gahey playing for them.
No, they're not. I don't know.
No.
Did that letter not yield any results then?
Yeah, I think the FA said, hang on, no, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, just so typical, isn't it? Pep going, I know it's always been the rule, but I don't like it. So can you just change that?
Well, they actually changed the rule, I think, this year, that if you change clubs, then you could play again. But before that, if you played for one club, that was it. You couldn't play again.
So they've improved it, but not enough for Gahey, obviously.
No.
Bro,
or for Man City, rather.
Yeah, well, I think he'd want to play it. It's 2026. Sports science has come too far. Players remain in their primes from 25 to 33. I think it's... You can see why people say, look, it's an explosive forward is going to last less long than a goalkeeper and all stations in between. I think got lost after the first series. I agree with you, Zanzi. Where is he? You can come on here, bad audio, Bob. We haven't seen you for a little while. And I'm lowballing the 33 is more like 35, really. There are plenty of players who play on. I mean, Lewandowski, was he 50? I think he's my age. Saka's only 24 years old. Jamie Vardy's kicking the door at 40. Yeah, exactly. My brother likes Arsenal. My nephew likes Manchester United. Hey, argue like he's going out of the world. It's entertaining. Who do you support? As for Lost, J.J. Abrams admitted that he never has answers for his mysteries that he puts in films. Said a mystery box, and that's all it matters. I love that. I do like that. Let's have a look. Maybe, just maybe, Saka is not informed this season. He's not, is he? But maybe he'll come good at the right time, no? Right, so, Oyo, you got a license for supporting Arsenal, mate? Yes, that's right. I have my license. Where have I put this license? Yeah, somewhere near there. I'm saying that Rosie, because he was in his late 20s when he became super good. The police tried to stop me once, but I said I'm not signing anything. Dear. Arteta was with his family. The video was taken out of context, and he doesn't have to stop. Do you know what? I just want to say, Zanzi, I want to get your opinion on this. There are so many grown men who give a shit about too many things. I just don't know how people find the time in the day. He didn't stop and sign an autograph. What kind of a bastard doesn't stop and sign an autograph? Okay, so let's say he's an arsehole. Brian Clough was an arsehole. Alex Ferguson was an arsehole. Maybe I don't give a shit if he's our manager and he wins the quadruple. Like I said, he can run the bloke over. Do you know what I'm talking about? This drunken bloke that got evicted from the stadium and then ended up banging on Arteta's windows. He typically gets held at the lights, and this guy, please shine an extra large shirt for my poor wee son, and he's like not wound down the window. And I'm like, if I had my family in a car, I don't know if he did, to be honest. I saw the clip, but I just thought, who cares? And then it blew up. You got an opinion on this?
No, apart from the bloke who tried to get his signature as a twat.
Yeah, but do you know what he's done? He's created another League Gunner. He's created another... Because you never saw my autograph, I want him out of my club. And that kind of shit. If any famous person is out and about, just leave them alone. They're not at work. They owe you nothing. Thank you, Cole. I think we're a different generation, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen a few Arsenal players in my time out and about. I used to drink at a pub on Haverstock Hill called the Bonaparte. And... you always used to see Liam Gallagher in there having a pint by himself, and you never bothered him. It's just a thing you don't do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fair enough if they're at work, but Mikel Arteta signing a shirt, not signing a shirt, I couldn't give a shit. It's just, you don't see this about anyone else. Am I supposed to believe that Pep Guardiola signs shirts for every drunken lunatic that bangs on his car window?
It's like, the rather rotund actor who used to do Pie in the Sky. I can't think what his name is now.
Yeah, I do know.
He's sadly now passed because his family lived in the village where I live, and I was in town and I was going to go into WH Smith's, just to see us coming out, and I stopped, clocked him. He looked at me. I just went. He nodded back, and that was it.
I like. I can't remember who it was. Which comedian? I think it was Rickles, Don Rickles, and he was friends with Frank Sinatra. He's coming up, and he bumped into Frank Sinatra in the toilet of a restaurant they both frequented. He said, "Hey, I'm with a woman. You couldn't just come over and say hi, could you? When we go back in there?" And Frank's like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So he goes, "Just give me a minute, right?" So he goes back in, sits down, and then Frank Sinatra comes over and goes, "Hey, Don, how you doing?" He goes, "Oh, fuck off, Frank. Can't you see I'm with a woman?" It's like, that's quality. That's how you do it. I saw we sell Windowgate and use the money to infuse Gunnosaurus with AI robotics. It's the only thing that makes sense. Makuze, you're no wrong. I love it. Great. Keep those coming. That's a hot take, saying Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. It is. I just think it is, and I loved Breaking Bad. I really did. Hey, Melina, hope all is well in Canada land. We shall summon MOT himself. Cheeky £5 bet on us to do the quad shouldn't hurt. I can't find any odds for it, but you would have to be looking at somewhere, well, I think reasonably at least 50 to 1. But that's mad, isn't it? Isn't it mad to think that bookmakers are giving 50 to 1 on us winning everything? It's never been done before. I think it's a bad bet. I wouldn't take that one. But I lost some money tonight on Paris Saint-Germain, so don't listen to me. Treble plus Spurs relegated or quad. That's the quintuple, Colles. That is the quintuple. What's your best pancake topping on Pancake Tuesday? Don't ask. It'll be bacon and banana, won't it? Zanzi, have you got one?
Yeah, it's got to be just lemon juice, sugar.
Absolutely. Actually, I knew you were going to say it. You're a man of great quality.
Or what is quite
bacon and
good
banana.
is banana.
Toothpaste and cough syrup.
Yeah, that's an idea actually. No, what's
Sleepy
it called?
time.
No, I've forgotten what it's called now. It's like maple syrup, but it's the English version. And it's not
Oh, golden syrup.
golden syrup. Yeah,
Yeah, golden syrup. It's definitely not as good as maple syrup.
I've never tried proper maple syrup.
Oh, it's nice actually. I'd be thrilled if it's the second best thing to come out of Canada since Miss Molina. I'd be thrilled if Daniel Farke actually became successful even outside of Leeds United. He's a good dude. I love him. Gary! Since We Years Big Arms, Blue Savannah Eyes, Dipped in Sherbet Herbert, Earth Only Invaded Gert Lush is not here. May I say hello, goodbye, or whatever it is they do. Is Andy smoking a joint? I doubt it. Thursday Club Tropic Arsenal. I'm looking forward to it. No football. Near football.
Where's everyone else who's supposed to be joining us today?
Who's supposed to be joining us?
You said you got people wanting to join.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think I was talking about you.
No, I'm not people. I'm person. And now I'm AI.
God, you're so old school. Yeah, I love the way you use grammar. So,
and I thought Mr. Tom would join us. It is dark cave.
I would hope so, but it's hard to lure him out. I'm definitely.
And I thought Mr. Molina would join us.
Oh, hang on. The news is in. It's going to be Mind Candy Friday. Get in. Let's do it. So Thursday night for Club Tropic Arsenal. Get a little bit of sleep and be back here for Friday Mind Candy. It's Saturday before we have to talk football again. I absolutely love it. Yes, I will send you... I'll catch up with you and find out what times you can do. I have some films I want to chat about. Hopefully NUFC beat City in FA Cup 5th round. So avoid playing City 5 times as we could end up facing them 4 times. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good... do you think they will? Actually, that's the game this weekend, isn't it? So I just don't rate Newcastle at the moment. Banana with peanut butter on my pancake. No bacon in there. Some good new horror films coming out. Yes, Friday. Yes, Friday Mind Candy. We love a bit of Mind Candy. Rachel McAdams is a good actress. Send Help is a bit angry but really funny and a good... I'll have to try and watch it. I doubt I'll see it before Friday. I'm going to watch Send Help tomorrow now after all this hype. Is it on a streaming? Do you have to illegally stream it or something? If Arteta is not on the clock, then I don't think he should be expected to sign an autograph. Let him go home. Yeah, I mean, who gives a shit about this, really? Come on, man. It's the same old people, it's the same old people going, this just proves he's a psychopath. Yeah, all right then. I don't give a shit. Sorry, does that make me a shallow person? I'm not, Same for all the players. Rory McIlroy meeting Roy Keane when he was a kid is funny. Tried to get an autograph and got told, not today, kid. I've never heard of any other club. We get so much shit. I don't know what it is about our club. Is it because the fans will eat this stuff up? Or, I mean, if Brian Clough hadn't... Just some of the shit that Brian Clough told fans to do... You know what? I mean, I'd knock on Alec Ferguson's window and see if he would have been passenger side anyway. But, what is this? What they've all got to stop whatever they're doing and, sign this. I mean, apart from anything, this kid, he's holding up, he's drunkenly banging on a car window and he's going, sign this massive shirt for my little son loves you, sign that. And it's like, oh, yes, let me wind down the window. Dickhead. I wish he'd run him over.
Could you
Rosie,
imagine someone doing that to Sean Dice?
who would be the best manager for that situation? It probably would be Sean
Oh.
Dyche, wouldn't it?
Or Big Sam?
Yeah, Allardyce. Yeah. Nice jumper, Zanzi. Looks cozy. We're both rocking it a little bit today. Both going for the naval kind of look, aren't we? Rosie
No.
refused to sign my shirt.
Mine's Weird Fish. Oh,
That's
advertising there. Weird Fish. Good clothing.
Other clothing is available, but
But it's not as good.
Wayne Rooney. I've gone to the dark side now. Does that mean I don't have to eat bacon and banana? I would have jumped on, but I'm early flight tomorrow. Where are you off to? Have a great show all evening. Hopefully see you all next week. Where's he going? Somewhere exotic, no doubt. Somewhere tropical. I hope you have a fantastic time wherever you're going. And we will, in your honour, have a really good show and a really good Thursday Club Tropic Arsenal. Remember, you'll be able to watch it wherever you are as long as there's internet. And then Friday Mind Candy. I'm excited. 2 great days of non-football. We will get people coming in saying, are you going to talk about football? And we'll just have to tell them, nah. Night of Seven Kingdoms. Best new show right now. The kid actor is so good. Oh, is this the Game of Thrones spin-off, is it? Did you watch Game of Thrones, Andy?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
All the way to the end.
Were you disappointed by the ending?
Hmm?
Were you disappointed?
No, it was a complete turn-up for me, actually. I didn't expect it.
No, I didn't. Butter is decent on pancakes. Maybe the Americans have more salt in their butter. Well, here you can buy salted and unsalted. I always buy unsalted because I cook with it. But, yeah. I tried toffee sauce on a pancake today. It was not bad. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Butterscotch and pancakes for Pancake Day. I'm with you, Zanzi. Give us a little squeeze of lemon and some granulated sugar.
Yeah.
Love it. And then Iconic York with what I imagine he thinks is an incredibly inventive, highly hilarious, and hitherto unseen comment. Bottler, Season 4, coming soon. Names taken. Everyone get hold of Iconic York now while you can, because come May, he's going to be gone. Oh, I didn't think they'd do it. I thought, why would he be used unless he's using 2 devices today? Yeah, exactly. Club Tropic Arsenal drinks are free. I can join soon if possible. Yes, Miss Molina, you are always welcome on here. If Mr. Tom joined a panel, that would be amazing. It's always amazing with Mr. Tom. That's why I'm looking forward to Mind Candy. Are you mad? Zanzi's living proof that the shadow government had AI since the 50s.
Very 60s, mate. 60s.
60s, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Getting a bit precious now. We probably have to beat City in all comps except the league to win them. Interestingly enough, I did do 200,000. I've run 200,000 simulations of the league, and it's really interesting what happens in that game. The 6-point game at the Etihad is really interesting. But I'm not going to spoil it because I have spent ages writing and creating a video which needs only to be edited before it goes out tomorrow. I'm doing my wrestling show on Friday evening, but it shouldn't clash with mine, can it? Just let me know, man. Like, I will start later than your show and just move straight on, or earlier. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is great, single-handedly saving Game of Thrones in the television space. Are you watching free movies? The internet is pathway to abilities some may consider unnatural. I really want us to watch, if we're going to do a watch along, you can watch Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead, which I think is going to be a great film. I haven't got around to watching it yet. With just the most precious fan base crying about autographs now. They'll cry about anything. They'll cry about absolutely bloody anything. Like, I can't imagine any grown-up coming up to me going, have you seen what Arteta's done? I'm like, what's that? He didn't sign an autograph, right? Yeah, well, he should have done. Why? Well, the man was banging on his car window. It's obvious, isn't it? If you're banging on someone's car window, you deserve an autograph. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, try it in Hackney. Fucking see how far you get. That seems a bit rom-com. Big up, Zanzi. Predicted on Sunday after the game we're getting Mansfield next, and it happened. Oh, yeah, forgot. Like, Mansfield. We're going out to Mansfield, Zanzi.
Well, yeah, it's interesting actually because I put down on not Discord, but WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That I said, who are we playing in the 6th round? And Big Arms said Bristol City.
Yeah, and they're playing Mansfield, were they?
No, he's not. No. We're playing Mansfield.
No, I know, and I can't
Yeah.
remember why. Who did Mansfield beat?
Burnley.
Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley.
But then Gary, who's there,
Yeah.
he
Well
said,
done. You've nailed it.
he said, no, we're playing Mansfield. I said, no. I said, Tom, Gary, sorry, read my comment before. And I don't know whether he did or not.
Apparently, Luke's sister used to live in Mansfield for a little while. I couldn't find it on a map, you know. It's up north, though, isn't it? I missed Blockbuster.
It's by Nottingham.
I have no idea. I miss Blockbuster so damn much. I've now started checking movies out of the library just to get that browsing movies feeling against streaming. Do you know what? Like, there is something in that because I know I'm not the only one who puts on Netflix to find a film and spends longer looking for a film than I ever would have. What did I watch the other night? God, it was fucking dreadful. Oh, I watched The Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio playing two people, both as wooden as each other. Rosie's going, you can get movies from a library. Yes, but there aren't any in Scotland. We closed them all down. Jose's always talking about bacon whoosh pancakes. Yeah, bacon. Actually, you got to say, an American breakfast is not a bad way to start your day as long as the rest of your day is okay, you being in a coma. The Game of Thrones ending makes sense more if you binge the whole series in a month as opposed to across an 8-year period. That's a very fair point. I did it in about 3 years. I caught up with it, but it was painful waiting for it. Shelves and shelves of free movies at the library.
I think we've watched Game of Thrones about 3 times, and I'm always expecting a different ending.
I've watched it twice. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Then I loved it so much. I read the book, the first one. Then I read the second one. I was like, oh, this is boring. The books are boring. I mean, he's obsessed with what people are wearing. A leather bodkin, leather breeches, and cotton socks. It's like, I don't care what this bloke's wearing.
Yeah.
And
if
they don't
something.
Yeah, as long as, well, even then. What's the most obscure movie you've ever seen? Oh, good question. Save that for Mind Candy. This is all football today. Most obscure is either Under the Skin or The Holy Mountain. I've just started. I thought that said I've just started bullying DVDs again, but it's actually I need to have my eyes checked. Watching them through my DVD player on the protection screen. Tonight is The Breakup. I watched Glengarry Glen Ross. It's literally Gil Gunderson from The Simpsons in a movie. It probably is. Yeah, it was good though, right? Yes, that's a very good shout. I'm sure it's the other way around, by the way, because it actually, believe it or not, Glengarry Glen Ross is slightly around the same time as The Simpsons was born.
I watched Prometheus today again.
Oh, hold that thought. We're about to welcome royalty. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Please join me in welcoming the inimitable, the one, the only. The sound effects have let me down really quite badly, but it's Miss Melina.
Hi, everybody. How's it going tonight?
Hello.
It's just got better. How are you? What are you? I want to get so many questions. What do you think of Arteta not signing autographs? What do you think of Odegaard on his way to Manchester United?
The Arteta thing, I agree with Zanzi's comments initially, but there's context that needs to be added here on a safety perspective. He's alone outside of the work, no security, with his kid and partner in the car. He says no, and it's scary that the guy still stays there. He could have done anything. He could have attacked the manager.
Yeah.
And you know, with all the situations happening nowadays across the world, you can't predict someone is sane just because they don't look a type of way, you know?
Can I just say, I agree with everything you just said. And also, I would say that a grown man who's banging on a window for an autograph, I can assume he's not sane. He's not sane. Like,
well, you know, I need to say something because where I stay when I go to England a lot, it's the team hotel where the players stay.
Where's
and
that?
There's old people, grown adults, barging through prams and pushing and shoving kids, little kids, just to get signatures so that they can resell the shirt on eBay. There's people that make a genuine living, and that's the way they make their income. They sell signed shirts, and I know several of them that do it. And
Yeah.
I guarantee you that this shirt would have most likely ended up on eBay.
Oh,
I
for
don't
sure.
think
You don't believe he had a
I
little
don't
child?
believe he was. It was for his son. No. And the shirt wasn't this season. It was an old shirt. It was a bigger size.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was for his son. And I think the media is blowing this out of proportion. Like you said, Dan, you don't think Pep Guardiola has refused to sign stuff? He's refused to sign stuff for kids, let alone adults. There's a time and a place for it, and it was outside of a game. After the Porto game when we won on penalties, I stopped Aaron Ramsey because the car, it was a red light, but someone said that that's Aaron Ramsey's car. I ran to the car to get a picture with him. Looking back at that, I thought of this incident after I had read this on Twitter. I thought, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that because his kid was in the back of the car. But I asked, hey, can I get a photograph? I shouldn't have done that. I'm blocking traffic. Like it was within a few seconds, but it's a huge safety issue. You're blocking traffic in the middle of the road. Arteta's kid is in the car, who's a young child. This is not the time or place for autographs. They do autographs pretty much, and after the games too. Sometimes they stay back to sign things. There's a time and a place for it. I think this is completely blown out of proportion because it's Arteta. There's so many managers that refuse to sign, and you know, if you're getting so butthurt over Arteta not signing your shirt, maybe Arsenal's not the club for you. Because trust me,
I mean, everything is so true, isn't it? I mean, apart from anything, I get that being famous comes with downsides, and the downsides are if you're in a restaurant or whatever. But there's just ways to behave and there's ways not to behave. You know, look, almost I get it, run up to him in a window, but if he says no, respect it.
You should leave at that point. He just stood there and did nothing. It was so scary to watch.
What's really interesting, I don't know anything about this, but again, on Highbury Squad, Sophie was saying that apparently the guy had bought a fake ticket, tried to get in, didn't get in, then got a ticket and did get in, and then the people he was standing with asked to move him because he was so drunk, and now this. So I don't know.
It's the same guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be, but the reality is as simple as this. I think everything you said is absolutely spot on. Grown-ups don't need to say shit like that, but it is true that, like, if you're going to make a tit of yourself...
You know, the autograph thing is so bad, Dan. Once on Twitter, like, this was when Lacazette was playing for us. One of these people that sign shirts, I'm not going to name names, but one of these people that do this signing shirts as a business, she had forged Lacazette's signature, sold it, and the kid made a post on Twitter, the kid's mom made a post on Twitter tagging Lacazette saying, you know, thank you for signing this shirt for my son. Lacazette then quote tweets it saying, sorry, that's not my signature. And it went viral, like all over Twitter, because of course the person was then exposed. And a lot of these times, like I said, these shirts end up on marketplace platforms for people to make a quick buck off.
Of course. And apart from anything, I understand you want a signature, but you don't want it under duress. And my whole thing of it is, you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, we've been over-celebrating. He's jumping around too much in his technical area. My favourite one is he's broken these players. You know, he played in a way that it's a kind of conventional wisdom to say that Arsenal's crippling these players. And you go, how's he doing that? It's by playing them. And you go, okay, well, I think that's almost probably why we spent 50 million quid on the guy so that he'd play. He hasn't played that many games and he's injured. That's Arteta's fault. Arteta doesn't get the best out of players. Arteta this, Arteta that. People are just absolutely obsessed. And then it comes down to me, and I don't really care that much about Mikel Arteta. I don't care if he signs an autograph, if he doesn't sign an autograph. I don't care. I wouldn't sign that autograph. If I had my family in the car, damn right I'm not winding a window down.
Yeah,
I'm not winding a window down. You don't know what the guy's going to do. And if you do know what the guy's going to do, you still don't wind the window down, because actually, where's your manners? I don't come up to your Burger King and start chucking my toys out of pram for a signature, do I? But yeah, so I think we're all on the same page. But I think you put that really well. I think this whole issue of, there's a point where I don't remember grown men that I would have seen at football running up to cars for autographs.
Oh no, it's a whole different generation now, Dan. Though.
They are
Back
infantilized.
in the
It is
day,
basically toddlers going, "I'm wanting to manage autograph." But I saw, people were saying today, this just proves he's a narcissist. It proves he's a narcissist that he didn't sign this autograph. And then I kind of think to myself, does any in the chat, in the comments, let me know. Do you give a shit if Arteta's a narcissist or not? I'm not marrying him. He's the manager of my football club. Like, he
Jose
won't be
Mourinho, people who wanted to replace Wenger, some people shouted for Mourinho. He's a madman. Simeone's
He's
a
mad.
madman.
He is mad. He was mad tonight. Didn't he get red carded tonight?
That game was crazy. I'm surprised he didn't get red carded. Tonight.
I think he did. Didn't he
Really?
get red carded? I thought Jose Mourinho did get, because the ref red carded someone. I didn't know what was going on at a certain point.
Yeah,
in
he
that
got
game.
sent off, and then I was more focused on the Vinicius Junior thing. That was crazy.
What a goal the Vinicius Junior scored, though. I like the fact that he wound up the fans, but you are going to get booed for that. Simple. I don't know if I don't want to make allegations that are false or turn out to be false. I have no way of knowing. But clearly Vinicius Junior accused somebody of racism, and that will be investigated properly. Was a hell of a game, and I'm sure Jose Mourinho doesn't sign autographs for everyone who asks him. What are we talking about here? Skin was made for like 50,000 in Ireland and somehow coated Scotland. I don't know what that is, so I can't really. Where are we? Rosie, I saw it with friends. So I don't have to read any of these comments because you're all just talking to each other, which is brilliant. Eternal Sunshine is Strange, written by Charlie Kaufman. His other films are strange too, but adaptation. Okay.
Everybody's ready for the Mind Candy show.
They really are. Like, we've let football
Friday.
go. Yeah. Apparently Quentin Tarantino didn't just sign an autograph for some fanatic that ran up to his car either, so we can't talk about his films. I'll give the autograph hunters the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps they're just fanatics. Fanatics are rarely logical. Yeah. I think they're definitely fanatics, but I just think, get over yourselves. So picking up your phone while sitting in traffic can earn you £100 fine plus 3 points on your license. Would signing a shirt hold the same penalty? The Minute with a great question.
Oh, that's a great comment.
I honestly wish he'd just run the guy over so we could at least have a proper conversation, because I swear there were so many Gluminati today talking about what a scumbag Arteta is for not. I think if you really think Arteta's a scumbag for not signing that autograph, it should happen to you. You should be in a car with your child and partner, and some absolute loon should start banging on the window, and you should have to open your window, and he should be allowed to urinate into your car. The Room, starring Tommy Wiseau. It's so bad it borders on art. I know we talked about this. I just can't do it. Maybe that's what I'll do on Club Tropicana while everyone else is having a good time. I'll eat bacon and banana pizza and watch The Room.
Oh my God! I can't believe you put banana on your pizza, Dan.
I don't. Are you mad? I've never had it. It's Points Dio's been going on about it. Listen, it's not even that it's banana. It's bacon and banana.
Oh my God!
And I've looked it up as well. It's supposed to be smoked bacon. Here we go. Citizen Kane was monumental for the time. It wouldn't hit the same for you now, but if you like production and cinematography, it's still worth it. Well, he was pioneering. There's so many new ways of, so he's brilliant. But yeah, I don't rate it as a film. Too many bad people in the world these days. Far too many Rob Curry.
Well said,
Good to see you. I literally described that scene, oh, hi, Mark, to Dan on the last My Candy. Yes, he did. It's funny when people complain about Arteta starting this or that player because they couldn't play in the rotation themselves when it's time to do so.
Yeah, that's
I just think we are in a situation now where Mikel Arteta, I think we've all decided some time ago that there's no point talking about it. He is the manager. He's not going to get sacked now, is he? We're not Tottenham. We're not Nottingham Forest. So let's just accept that he's the manager, and then in summer, if he hasn't won anything from here, I think he has to go. I did also read that he'd been told by the Cronkies that if he doesn't want silverware, he's gone in summer. I think that would be. Nice. I don't think that's true, I think that would be a really weird thing to do to somebody you were hoping wins silverware.
I think he would walk, if anything, not the other way around.
I don't know. It's a tough thing to walk away from a club.
But then if you walk, you don't get your payout, so...
There's a lot of shit that gets talked about that as well. People always talking about payouts. You hardly ever get your full payout if you're sacked.
So Maresca's not going to get the money because he walked away, right?
Not the full amount, no, because they have clauses in your contract if you're let
If you
go,
don't get
because
this team by this,
if your performance doesn't meet certain standards, then you forfeit some of your.
oh, so it's like players' clauses at times. If you don't
Yeah,
score
if
this
you think
amount
about
of
it, I
goals,
mean,
you
there
don't
are
hit these bonuses.
exceptions, Melina. Graham Potter did get 12 million from Chelsea, so there are exceptions. But by and large, what is it? Just got red carded for sure. I was able to mark my Mourinho bingo card. Jose got red carded for sure. Oh, fantastic. Rob Curry says, Trossard or Martinelli could have scored the same goal with a fraction of the adoration. What, the one that Vinicius Jr. scored?
Yeah, that was
I don't know if Trossard scores that one. Maybe Martinelli. He's pulled out some great ones. Stand up if you hate Chelsea. I am standing up.
I'm standing up now.
stand up.
I daren't stand up because I'm only wearing something up here.
I actually respect Arteta more for not rolling down the window. I'd love it if he'd just gone like that. If he'd gone, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, who gives what our fan base cares about is. That's why I love shows like Highbury Squad, Deluded, because you forget that there's actual grown-ups in our fan base. Honestly, I don't know if did you catch it earlier, Melina, like the Highbury Squad?
Yeah, they're so welcoming in there. As soon as you go in there, everyone says hi to each other. It's like here. It's very calm, smooth sailing. Even if you have like people like I forgot his name. It starts Newman. He's like very controversial. He likes to cause play with feathers, I guess. Yeah. But people still are respectful to each other. They don't go personal whenever someone has a contradicting viewpoint.
That's it. That's all you want. And there he is.
I like Deluded too. Deluded's room is good.
I love his room. I think it's probably the most supportive. They totally. But he's such a hard-working guy. I just love to see it. I love to see somebody who's intelligent, funny, and work that hard, and supportive of other people. He's just brilliant. It's sad to say I'm really having to accept that Odegaard will leave. A lot of our other darlings will leave as well. I don't know, I don't know. I'm not sure. It was great to have you on the other night, by the way. But
I don't think it'll have a knock-on effect to it.
I think, listen, I want to talk about it a little bit. Obviously, I did the thumbnail, so I want to get my money's worth out of that. But I think it's a natural evolution. I think you move past players. I think Odegaard, we might have just gone past him now, or he might need a freshen up. He does see. Look, I'm not a tactical person, but when you see him play, he does slow the game down a little bit. He's not as incisive. We need a little bit more. I would love us to see Jamal Musiala join or something like that.
Oh, what a baller!
I think
so boring watching Bayern, but he's
But there are players, and I think the other thing is it knocks onto the whole Eze thing where people are talking about Eze has worked out. Give everyone a chance. Just give everyone a chance to settle in.
If he leaves, would it open the door for Sandro Tonali to come to us?
That seems like quite a chunky midfield, though. If you're playing Tonali, Tonali, Zubimendi, and Rice. Maybe that is the way they do it. I'd like to see a bit more creativity. I like Sandro Tonali, and I'd love to see him come, but I don't know. I think Eze was still got a couple of years to come good. I don't know. I mean, is all of this? Is there any? I just think normally from Arsenal players, you don't get this much different publicity. This came out on about 5 different news sources. His agent is definitely agitating for a potential move. I think I can understand Odegaard. There's all the speculation that Odegaard's fallen out with Arteta. I don't buy it.
Do you think it's like sometimes these articles, Dan and Zanzi, come out when the player is trying to get a new contract?
Was it that long ago that he got a new contract, was it?
Yeah, but is he not due soon in like 2 years?
I maybe, because of course it could be that, but I just think at a certain point maybe he's fallen out of love. I understand it as well because he's been scapegoated. This is what I really liked about Sophie Show. They were talking about, she was saying every season there's a new scapegoat.
Yeah,
and right now it's Odegaard. and Xhaka before him. Yeah, there's always somebody. We always need somebody to blame for something, and it doesn't matter. This season just started with Tony Adams going in on Odegaard, and that's I can't remember that ever
That
happening.
was in pre-season, and then it started.
Yeah, by the way, where were Tony Adams' words of sage wisdom on the William Gallas captaincy? You know, like, we've had some shit show captains. That prick Koscielny, you know? Like, why are we waiting for a player at the start of the season coming out and going, you'll never win anything with him as captain? As if we're going to go, as if Arteta was going to come out and go, sorry, Tone, who do you want me to put in? Declan Rice. Declan, you're The other thing that's interesting is the talk of Odegaard leaving, and it became about the fact that Declan Rice would be taking over as captain when Bukayo Saka's just been made our most highly paid player, and he's technically the second in line to that, isn't he?
I thought my understanding was the players vote on it.
Yes, bollocks. Of course they don't vote on it. I know why you're saying it, because that's what Arteta claimed.
But you think it's like... No. I think somewhere in Rice's contract, perhaps they said he would eventually become captain, perhaps.
I don't think he cares. Because otherwise he already would be, wouldn't he?
It's like Gabriel. Some people, they're leaders without the armband, you know?
I think Gabriel, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, I could see, Marino. I thought Jorginho was great. I think you want players who take responsibility.
Well, yeah, Jorginho was awesome in the dressing room. He was...
Yeah.
I'm sad that we let him go, to be honest.
Yes, I am. But I think his time had come, and I don't think he had it to play at the highest level. And I think there'll be a time, I'm predicting there'll be a time where people give Zubimendi some credit for being really good.
Oh, yeah.
He's divisive. But also I do think that the issue around Odegaard is probably being driven by him and his agent, and he wants to leave. I think time's just come. He's not appreciated. He probably sees the game slipping away from him and he wants to rejuvenate his career, but he won't be leaving until after summer. And if we don't win trophies, then maybe a few players will want to leave. I saw this, DJB posted a thing saying, yeah, we've got to start winning silverware or these players will want to leave. And I'm like, we can look at it that way, but also this is the first time I remember as an Arsenal fan where other teams haven't just been able to swoop in and nick our players. But the idea that, I thought it was ridiculous when I saw Odegaard wanted to go to Man United. But if I thought that was ridiculous, Jude Bellingham being linked with Man United, literally...
God, I saw that.
That's just the funniest thing I can think. Even Jude Bellingham came out and said, someone should hold these people to account. This is just nonsense.
Oh, my God.
He actually came out and said, oh, look, it's Jordan's here. Great to see you. And so is, and I already did the intro earlier, so, oi, Razor, hope you're well. Can't believe they're putting up council tax by at least 10%. Fucking bad. What are we talking about council tax for? Is that a thing? Yes, it's... big ears, big arms, wee ears, blue savannah eyes, dipped in sherbet, Herbert, Earth, Ernie Vader, Gert Lash, and Rosebud. There's a great Simpsons parody of that, isn't there? My favourite thing about TV film is 20 people can watch a movie and have 20 different takes. It's a bit like watching the Arsenal. Standing up to Chris Antonio. I already know that Saka will play ACM, Dalman right wing, and probably Alvarez left wing. Oh, Alvarez. We stopped talking about him. I hope we sign him, but I don't know if I'd play him. Would you play him as left winger?
I heard that he wants to come here actually today.
He's having such a poor season, but I think he'll do well in the Prem.
I'd love to sign him. My only problem is they signed him for 80 million. Well,
yeah.
So how much?
What about Anthony Gordon? I don't want Anthony Gordon.
No.
I think that ship has sailed.
I just don't like him. I don't like him.
Isn't he injured?
Anthony Gordon?
No.
Yeah, it was Bruno Guimaraes, I think. That's injured.
Yeah, Guimaraes is out for a while, but Anthony Gordon came on the weekend.
Oh, I thought someone Gordon was injured. I don't know.
Oh, he was on the bench. He definitely came on, didn't he? So against Villa.
What about I think he did come on.
I think he did. I'd have to look it up, but I don't think he did. I watched it, so I should know. But that doesn't mean anything these days. It makes sense. Ari Odegaard, Rice, and Zubian nailed on starts for me. That third place in midfield is up for grabs. He was definitely on the pitch. Did he not come on for Newcastle on the weekend? Let me have a look. Come on,
so then he's set to miss the Brentford game.
They came on in the 63rd minute for Sula.
He was forced off in the first half of the Carabao Cup defeat to Man City.
No, oh, right, okay. Oh, beg pardon. So he played against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. No, the FA Cup was after the Man City game. Yeah, it's all mad. You're all mental.
Oh, so he's fine.
He played on Saturday. Yeah.
All right. So I'm still living in the past then.
Yeah. Well, you're in an oubliette. Yes, can't get much more past than that. I hate Chelsea so much. I never sit down just in case. I love it. Trossard's goal against Sunderland wasn't that bad. No, I mean he scored some good goals. I'm not for a moment saying he hasn't scored
I'm
good
starting him tomorrow, by the way. I would start him.
Trossard.
Yes, against Wolves.
Should we do that? Should we go through who we would play?
Yes. Wolves preview.
A Wolves preview.
Perhaps.
That's what this is, after all. I've been disabled since May and I stood up because I hate Chelsea. Brilliant. Arteta won't be short of job offers from elite clubs around Europe if he leaves Arsenal. So that's true. And I hope he doesn't get to that. I hope he wins something. Surely we all want that, right? Whatever your opinions of anybody, you want him to, as a manager, if he's manager of Arsenal, you want him to get some silverware, no? If we do what we need to do this season, I think they'd be inclined to stay for more success. 100% agree with you. So I'll say if Oda leaves, I'll take Rodgers from Villa or Felix.
Oh, he's incredible.
Yeah, I'd love Rodgers. I'm still a bit jury's out on that one. I don't know.
The stupid Villa would raise the price just because it's Arsenal. I hate Aston Villa.
Yeah, they would want a lot of money for him. Definitely.
Remember for Watkins, they wanted 50?
40. No, 40 I thought it was. You might be right.
Yeah, they wanted, and he's 30-something, no?
I know. And it's not like he's banging them in every week. I told my employer I want 300,000 a week or nothing. They went with nothing. All you need to do is have a trip or fall in the workplace, mate.
Hey, big up.
I work from home. This happens every day. Lone Star Londoner.
Hi, Lone Star. All the way from Texas.
Anthony Gordon, better off with Gordon Ramsay. I've been waiting years for Saka to play in midfield. Can we talk about that? I'll start with you, Zanzi. You know, like a lot of people have been saying, it really worked against Wigan. Me and goal really worked against Wigan. I don't think we're doing it in the Premier League, are we?
No. Have Eze there.
Yeah.
But not Saka. But that being said, they still keep running about the place, don't they? Swapping positions. So you.
Yeah. It is kind of. Yeah, it's a silly. I mean, to be fair, I thought he looked really good. I just don't think that's, if he looks good against City in the cup final, that's different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we all know that Arteta's a little bit cagey about starting things, but you might see it towards the end of a game now. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says he's happy to interact with fans, but there are times when he has felt exposed and not very comfortable. Yeah. Like I don't get it. I don't get how it's a conversation. I guarantee you. I mean, who would stop in that situation? You're an absolute idiot. If that guy does something, you're an absolute idiot if you put your child or your partner in danger in that way. And if he's in a car by himself, that's a decision he can make. But I would be furious with him if he opened a window. You don't know that guy. The guy's been drinking. There's not like Arteta's universally popular in our fan base either, is it?
Yeah. Oh, so he's holding up an Arsenal shirt. What's to say he's an Arsenal supporter anyway?
Yeah, he could just trying to sell it. You're right.
There's a lot of support for the idea that if Odegaard leaves, we should go all out for Villa's Morgan Rogers. It won't be cheap. I think we can do better.
Like
I really do. Well, it really depends on how we're planning to play that position. Because honestly, one thing that was really great about watching Eze was that he was technically sort of left 8, wasn't he? But with the suit, I've liked the idea of 2 floating 10s for a while.
Well, Arteta never done that.
No, but he did against Wigan. He kind of did it against Wigan. I would quite like to see how much Kai Havertz can do in that role. That would be a first thing. But in terms of world players who play in a 10, up until last season, the Bundesliga had Xavi Simons, Jamal Musiala. I don't know. I mean, Jude Bellingham. Let's get him.
What happened to that Xavi Simons? Is he injured?
Yeah, he is injured. He picked up an injury.
Oh.
He's starting to come good though. I hate to say it, but I really like him. I think I've always banged on about him being a good player. I think Spurs are cursed and no one will play well there. But
You're right about that.
so far, Igor Tudor just can't. It's the gift that keeps giving and giving and giving. Saka has signed a new 5-year contract with Arsenal until 2031. Just the 300 grand a week. I hope he's okay with that.
Why did they take so long to announce that? By the way, we knew in the summertime.
Thank you, because I thought it was going mental. I was like, I can't remember.
Didn't this already happen? Why is my phone blowing up over this?
I know it was a weird one because I'm sure Fab Rom announced it and Ornstein announced it like 2 months ago.
We shared it in the group chat like in the summertime.
Yeah, I just it wasn't. And I remember I think I did a show where I was like, great, so I can't figure it out. Like, I don't know, we're just that far ahead of the curve. That's what's happening here. Sam Greenwood has already won the Claire Balding lookalike competition.
Good night, Mr. Tom.
Oh, Mr. Tom, bedtime. I will send you a message around Friday. Just let me know what time's good. We'll do it whatever time you want. Take care and sleep well.
Mr. Tom.
I expect the team I expect to face Wolves is Raya, Timber. This is quite good actually because honestly, apart from Norgard and
That's
Royce,
my lineup. The same. Lineup.
I'm not playing. I'd like to see Norgard play a bit more, but he's done it. He's kind of done our job for us. Manuelian Ledge. I don't know how to say that. Manuelian Ledge. Manuel Ledge. Can I just call you Manuel? Brilliant that you've done that. Can everybody do the same, please? Just let us know who you'd play. I think that's a really good team. So I'm going to go through it really quickly. I'd say Timber, well rested now, hopefully. Start to get back to what he was. But I wouldn't hate seeing Ben White, honestly. I know he's not 100% fit, but he is apparently fit enough. So I want to keep players relatively fit for the North London Derby, which is obviously a massive game.
Huge game. Let's smoke them.
I'm going to break. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm doing the simulations for the probability of the game in which we actually get to celebrate St Totteringham's Day. It's the North London Derby. If we win the North London Derby,
what? Wow!
Yeah, it'd be the first time it's happened in February. Ooh. Even the Invincibles didn't manage. Even St Totteringham's Day will be on the 22nd of February this year. It's fucking ridiculous.
On North London Derby. Let's smoke them.
Well, I think we will.
22nd of February?
I think that's what it is, isn't it? 5 days' time.
I forgot we were playing Spurs so quickly, early.
Who's their manager now? They have an intern? Or?
Igor Tudor. Former, he's a good player. He's managed everywhere. Yeah, he managed Juve.
Was he any good?
Sacked twice. No, he's never lasted more than 7 months anywhere. No. It's a fascinating
appointment. That's great for us.
I don't know what to tell you.
You asked. Sorry.
Yeah.
You asked earlier about Florian Balogun. Yeah, he did score twice.
He did.
Because Monaco were 2-0 up in that game.
Who did they play, Monaco, today?
Paris Saint-Germain. Everyone always says Luis Enrique, we should sack Arteta and get Luis Enrique. He's now not even leading Ligue 1 with Paris Saint-Germain. Well, I think everyone's kind of got bored. He said he's leaving in summer and he can't be asked anymore. Although, joking aside, I would take Luis Enrique if for any reason that Mikel Arteta doesn't make it.
I think Chelsea would try for him.
Well, they turned him down before he went to Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't it? That is crazy.
Thank God they did that.
Yeah. I mean, I genuinely, it was Tottenham and Chelsea both turned him down. And I was like,
what a relief.
And, by the way, you can go back and check the videos. I called it. When Paris Saint-Germain signed Luis Enrique as manager, I said, this is the guy who will win him the Champions League.
And you got it spot on.
Yeah, because he's an amazing manager. He's just
ahead of the curve, Dan.
The curve is aligned to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it sounded good when I was saying it. The number 10 is such a rare position in football these days. It is, isn't it? So what do we do about that? I never really answered the question to anyone's satisfaction. Melina, do you have anyone that you springs to mind? You can't really think Rodgers is a 10 for us, can you?
No, but in terms of I think we'd get good money for Odegaard, by the way.
What's good money, though?
Like 80?
I don't think we'd get 80.
Really?
Yeah, really,
I know we're not
think
good
so.
at selling, but come on.
I don't think you get. I don't think you get 80 for him.
Windowgate.
Yeah.
Really? But players of left caliber have gone for a lot more. Look at Florian Wirtz.
Hang on a minute. Florian Wirtz is like 22 years old.
I know.
He was out. I'd listen. If we could get Dembele, actually, do you know what?
What do you think we would get? 60, 70, or lower?
I think 60 is probably all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why can't we start higher and then go lower?
Because no one's got that kind of money to spend on a player who hasn't had a good season in 2 years.
Chelsea and Man United throw money like crazy.
Chelsea aren't throwing money like crazy at players at Odegaard's age.
Yeah,
I think we get about 50, 60 for him.
50, 60.
I think that's fair. I think that I'd expect that, definitely. It'd still make him our best ever sale, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Would you take Liao?
No, not really. Not as a 10,
agree.
no. Not as a 10. My ultimate would be Jude Bellingham, Pedri,
Mine would be
Vitinha, Michael Elise, something like that.
Vitinha is really good. I can't see
he's-
Elise leaving Bayern.
I can.
Could you imagine Elise and Eze back together again?
Oh,
be great,
wow.
wouldn't it?
That would be great.
Yeah. He's totally gone up levels at Bayern. I mean, he is so good. But I could say, but they're like Alvarez. Let's say if Alvarez, I could think he could play as a really good 10. Quite a different style for us, but I'd love to see that. So maybe that's why there's a lot of things that seem to be falling into place. One is the general antipathy. People just don't like Odegaard in the fan base, it seems like. He's not playing well. He's been dropped now. Tony Adams saying what he said. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't seem part of it in the same way that the other, the rest of the team are coming together. I don't know, though. Maybe that's just an opinion. I mean, does anyone think any differently from me in that one?
I can guarantee one thing, that whoever we're looking at buying, all the fan base are going to be saying, "Oh, he's really good. He's brilliant. He's brilliant." As soon as we buy him, oh, he's shit.
Yeah.
I was hyped when I saw Mudryk compilation. So that, oh my God, guys!
I think I have got a policy on this, which is I can't, if I haven't seen a player a couple of times, I don't have an opinion. I can't watch.
Good.
I can't watch because But then I watch, not this season really, but Salzburg, up until the season, up until last season, were quite good. But if you think of the players I've seen at Salzburg that have gone on to be great players, Szoboszlai, Sadio Mane, Erling Haaland, Benjamin Šeško, there's a lot of really good players. And so I've seen them play. And so someone like Šeško, I really like him because I've seen him play a lot. But when everyone was going on about... and I'm glad we signed him. I'm not criticising him, Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him, so I was like, I can't watch his highlight compilation. But then when we signed him, all I had to go on was highlights. And I watched the highlights, and I don't even like his highlights reel.
Oh, yeah. I wanted Sesko too, and people were laughing at me.
They said, and they will have to... This is it, isn't it? This is the whole problem with football, is it's got all these people in it who are so sure of their opinions that they never entertain that they might be wrong, and then it sometimes turns out they are, and then it's Arteta's fault. It's not just Wigan. Saka is in all likelihood a CAM in the final analysis. I think people have been saying that about Saka for a long time, that he'll move more central. But then you need a player out wide on the right, and that's a tough position in the front three if you don't have some. I think Noni Madueke interchanging with Saka, I wouldn't hate it. But yeah, let's say that is it. Let's say Saka falls into that, and then we're all good. Don't need to go and sign Jude Bellingham.
He's better on the right, Madueke.
I don't know. I don't know. Like Madueke, I like him. He's one of ours. Well, it's what I say about every Arsenal player, isn't it? He's one of ours. I like him. I can't remember who, but I saw someone speaking about the edge of the box space being so important when teams are defending deep against us, and that's where we need more positivity in shots. Yeah. Just somebody who takes shots. You know, that's what hey, now this is good. Hi guys, in order to bring top talent and keep pushing, we will need to sell not just Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, White, Havertz because of injuries. Maybe Trossard, not ideal, but okay. Great to see you, by the way. Listen, if you ever want to come on, DJB, you are number one on my list of people to get on here because I have so much time for your opinions. I love the way you articulate them. I don't always agree with you, but I know that you've always given it some thought. Now, on this one, I do want to go into this a bit because Odegaard, I don't think anyone is saying, no, don't sell Odegaard. I think we're all kind of... I think if you have 2 bad seasons, you've got to go. And he's had 2 bad seasons, whatever else happens. I'd love him to win the league, maybe the FA Cup as well, but he's had 2 bad seasons. So, I'm not going to miss Odegaard. Jesus, similarly, he's too injury prone. He's never going to be quite it. Martinelli, we could probably say he's had a good season. Maybe he's worth keeping for another season. Ben White, I've liked every time he's played this season. And I think he's really good. So I'd keep those 2. And I definitely wouldn't sell Havertz even because of injuries. But I take your point. And I think Trossard's leaving. So I think we agree on all but 2, maybe 3 of those. But then it's all about who you bring in. And I don't want to have a big season of... You'll see what happened to Liverpool when, however good you are as a team, if you bring in too many new players and you lose too many players all in one season, it's transition, isn't it? I don't want that.
Mind you, we said we brought in 8, didn't we? But they've all fitted in really well.
Yeah, I mean, we
bought the right players in. Liverpool,
yeah, but we didn't buy 8 starters. We bought Zubimendi.
Norgard backup.
Yeah, I mean, Kepa was a backup keeper. Mosquera and Hincapié were backup defenders, although now it looks like Hincapié might be a starting player. We bought Eze, who I thought would start, but no one could really work out where. Because a lot of people, I think Igal and people were saying, play him on the left. And he's clearly not a left winger. But inside left, perfect. I think he would be good for. So we didn't go really like when you look at what Liverpool did. They went and bought all first team players. They all had to get into the first team, and they lost some players that were all first team players. Malt Licky Texas agrees with me. We'll be lucky to get 15 million for Odegaard. Charles says, Dan, I can't believe the Odegaard talk. If we patience with injury-ridden Saka, then why not Odegaard? Can't get along with the fact that we moved on from him. He is a talent we expect to queue. Yeah, okay, fine. But if he wants to go, doesn't that change the complexion of everything? No, none of us were calling for him to go. I think we're going to look at a lot of players in the summer, but if he wants to leave, if he's agitating to leave, he can go. Hey, Zubi in a 10, Rice 6, Eze 8. How about that? Save money on a 10, buy a proper left winger. Yes, I would so like to see that, by the way. A couple of people have suggested that, and I think it's a really... this is brilliant. Now you're talking. Arda Güler. Yeah. We've been linked with him a lot.
He's very good potential, and we have good relationship with Madrid. Even alone. Come on.
Yeah, well, we were linked with him in January.
Yeah.
So I highly rate Arda Güler.
He got. Oh no, it's Glovin who got sent off today.
Big up, ladies and gents. I feel Odegaard moves on. We ain't buying anyone but keeping Eze and grooming Wanyeri. Well, there's another thing. That's a really good point, Charles. Like, we do have Ethan Wanyeri who does play that position. I do want to see what Zubi could do in that role. Is it just... I think it's really intriguing. It's like... But then we had Zinchenko for ages. And there was a point where you think... No, but Zinchenko... Don't you remember when he played... was it Girona? And he played really well and scored. And in
Girona away. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's...
Last season.
Yeah, it was last season. It was the home game, though. The signings I was most hyped for were Ozil number 1, then probably Arshavin after. Oh, wow, Arshavin. Yeah, no, he was great. Those 4 goals again. Yeah, he's great.
That Ozil signing was the way it was announced way before Ravana.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Really?
I thought it was, I don't like it.
On Sky Sports, the way it
it was all kind of, it was a bit too...
rushed?
It was all fur coat, no knickers. I was like, I haven't done anything yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's not get too excited. I'm a bit like that, though. I'm a bit... most transfers are fraught. Like, even great players move to a club and it can just not work out. Never sell Benny Blanco. I'm kind of with you, Cole. Martinelli, I would sell. An explosive left winger. Lots out there. Martinelli has a future out of the club and his money will actually be useful in squad building. I'd love to see him stay, though. Honestly, I'd love to see him reach the potential we thought he had 2 years ago. But whether that's possible now, I don't know, honestly. Dan, I feel Odegaard 3.0 is coming. Wait for the World Cup. Unfortunately, it might be that delayed. Oh, okay. I'm definitely not jumping up and down and saying he's got to go at all. But I do think if he's agitating for a move and he wants to go, I think now's the time the club would probably go, do you know what? Yeah, this is a good time for you to go. I think he probably did get upset by people calling out his captaincy, and he's getting no love from the fans.
Yeah.
Would that bother you? I mean, like, there's no chance or anything, is there?
I also think you might see the stuff on. Surely these people see the stuff online.
Oh, there was a chance for Odegaard, didn't there?
Listen, the thing is, I'm not. Yeah, I can't call it, but I would say he came in after an injury this season, and he looked really good for like 2 games, and it was like, back to being the player that we wanted, back to seeing him at his best, and then it just dropped off again.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we're playing too many games, maybe the same players are playing too many games or whatever, but Zubimendi has played almost every game. That Odegaard, when he was out, and then he came in, and it was against Brighton and Aston Villa. He smashed it against those two. And then he just sort of dropped off, and we've not seen him play a good game since. And I think if you're a team with the kind of, I'm not going to say aspirations, but we're actually in the right position now to be winning silverware, and he's not a captain at the moment, is he? So Stankovic at Club Bruges, I'd have to look into him. Welcome, Chat Sports. Great comment. Zinchenko, yes, poor Zinny injured minutes into his debut for Ajax.
Yeah,
it looked a bad one as well. Do we know if that is because it looked like his knee had completely buckled?
Yeah, it's ACL.
Oof.
Yeah, he's done.
I know he wrote one of the worst autobiographies I've ever read, but I still wouldn't wish that on him. Maybe he's got time now that he's laid up to write a proper one. Yeah, if he's agitating, but he's flag bearer of this project, doubt Arteta might sanction his departure outside of noise unless Berta promises a real SPL talent. I don't know. Listen, Charles, I think I just disagree. I think at this point, we're in a position where we say anyone who wants to go, go. And certainly anyone who wants to go and has had as bad as 2 seasons as Martin Odegaard. I mean, we do need a 10 who can assist and score. Really? Don't we?
Who in the Scottish Premier League is talent?
Well, that sounds like a trick question, I think.
Well, no, it's just that Charles has put it there, unless Burton promises a real SPL talent.
Oh, you meant special.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you didn't mean Scottish, but look at your smile.
Unless you're talking about Tierney.
It's a bit like liking the smell of your own farts, liking your own jokes, isn't it? It's like, you like that one.
Bring back then Tierney.
Yeah.
Or Oxlade-Chamberlain. Well, he's
best left back. Whoa, yeah, what happened there? I thought, did we get a fee for him again or something? I don't know. I heard that.
Oh, he left on a free. Did we get anything?
No, I mean, like this. He came back to train with us, and there was all this talk about how we were getting a fee. I was like, what? Why?
Oh yeah, he's playing for Celtic now, isn't he?
Nice.
Scored the winner, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is this true about Christian Pulisic? That 27-year-old US poster boy might just be. No. Is it?
I really hope we don't sign him.
No, but hang on a minute. Is he really only 20? He's been around for ages.
I don't.
Are we talking about the same person? We're talking about
former Chelsea. Plays for
he's
Team
27.
USA.
God, he's 27. He's only 27.
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. He'd be cheap, wouldn't he? He
he's
looked
below
good
average.
against us. Didn't he go off in the cup final?
Yeah.
SPL means special Zanzi. From now on, you'll be SPL Zanzi then.
I think
so.
Benzema
Okay,
has something to say about that.
The reality of a lot of these things is the Arteta in, the Arteta out, whether you like Odegaard or not, all of that. It's a conversation for summer, isn't it? I hope we're having a Club Tropic Arsenal conversation, waiting for the World Cup to start, having won 2 trophies. That's all I want. I'd take 4, obviously, but if we could win the League Cup and the League, I'll be happy with that. And I don't think all of the Arteta haters will be happy with that, but you won't hear that. You'll never win it. He'll never win us the league. At least they won't be able to say that. They can still say he's a sociopath and he doesn't sign autographs for young men who've waited all night outside the stadium with only alcohol to refresh them. And I just, you wouldn't catch any other team. The fans of any other team, like Eddie Howe's not getting pelters because he doesn't sign autographs. I've never heard of this before. Is it Richard Keys that's always banging on about how Arteta moves around his technical area too much?
Yeah, Richard Keys.
So who cares about it? The only person who
What
should
a
give a shit
knobhead.
about that is his sniper. I don't care how much he moves around. To be honest, back when Havertz signed, I always thought Pulisic would be the one signed from CFC, not Havertz. Now in 2026, might just be a tactical signing. Don't know. I haven't seen Pulisic play. I always rated him at Chelsea, honestly. It didn't just work out for him. And interestingly enough, I didn't rate Kai Havertz at Chelsea, but I really see a player in Kai Havertz.
I agree with you on that.
I don't know. There's a few. There's Zubimendi, Kai Havertz. They do split the fan base. Odegaard split the fan base, but I think it's coming to a point where it doesn't quite work.
It's too inconsistent. We don't get enough output from Odegaard.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think the thing which has surprised me about Havertz is his tactical awareness.
Yeah. He's well, look, not to keep dredging it up, but he is great at reading the game. And you need that. You need that in our team. I think Odegaard is as well, but I just feel like there's something wrong with Odegaard. He's kind of constrained by his position or what he has to do. And
Do you think he's still playing with an injury?
Yeah, I think he might be.
Was it Adam he might need, who was on better surgery or something?
I don't know. And honestly, I think when I think about it, like our medical team I trust them with it because they get paid enough. But psychologically, I think, look, the thing that people never seem to take into account is that football it's a sport, like any sport. Your confidence, how you feel about yourself, what's going on around you, your team, the people that you interact with on a daily basis, these all make a massive difference. I mean, you see Alexander Isak go to Liverpool, right? Alexander Isak, everyone agrees he's the best striker in the Premier League. He goes to I'm talking about before his injury, obviously. He goes to Liverpool and he's just not the same player. I think he will be. I don't have any doubts about him. But you have to let people settle in. And if the team changes enough around you, maybe with Odegaard, hear me out, right? I'm not. And by the way, Collis, I loved you saying "hear me out" on Sophie's earlier. That was brilliant. But like, so maybe it's this. Maybe you're captain, and then Rice signs, and then Noni signs, and Saka and Noni are good friends. There's all these little friendship groups that form, and you're just not the top dog anymore. You're just, you're not everyone's favourite. You're not playing that well. People aren't looking at you as the captain. Declan Rice comes out and says we love him, but it's really instructive when you watch who celebrates with who in the goal scoring. When Noni scored the goal and half the team ran up to Eze and half the team ran up to Noni, you think, I don't know if he's universally popular in the team. I'm obviously reading far too much into very little data, but it could just be that Odegaard doesn't feel like the captain anymore and he wants to go somewhere where he would be the captain. And in that respect, maybe if Bruno Fernandes is leaving Man United, maybe that is the right place for him to go. But what sane person wants to go to Manchester United? That was a great place for you to go. I'll go.
No, you go there and your career is automatically downhill.
Oh, yeah. What's Miss Melina's views on the Wolves game? Tough grind or easy peasy? Didn't hear if it was discussed before. No, let's talk about it now. You were absolutely right to call it out. We haven't really talked about it. I'll come to Miss Melina after Zanzi. Zanzi, are you confident? Do you feel good? What are you thinking is going to happen?
Last 4 games we played at the Molineux, we've won. They haven't scored a goal. We've had 2-0 wins and 2 1-0 wins.
Do you remember last season, though, where MLS got sent off? for
Yeah.
that ridiculous sending off that wasn't, but he still had to go off for the game. We still managed to win it. I
Yeah.
genuinely thought last season that was a turnaround, that we showed some fight.
Yeah, from the stupid referee who gets paid by Man City as well.
Only twice a year. He only gets paid twice a year. It's not like an.
Yeah, but it's 20 grand a game, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's only it's only now and again, and it's only.
Yeah. And it's only 10 times what they get in the Premier League.
Did you see Phil Foden on his tackle on? Who did he raked down the back of his Achilles and didn't get sent off? And you just think City fans will complain about everything, won't they? But then they won't notice when they're just getting extra special treatment.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with the 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
And I was going to go with the Martin. If Martinelli starts, I think he'll score the first goal.
I think that's a really good shout. It seems like a game where there would be space. I don't know if they're going to come at us, but I hope they do. Melina.
I think this will not be a walk in the park for us like Wigan, but I do think we'll get a win. I'm going 3-0 to the Arsenal. I think we'll have a good game and eventually grind out the results, but I do think the first half it will be a bit cagey to break them down after the first 30 minutes is what I'm predicting. In terms of lineup, I would play Ben White and Trossard, Madueke, Gyökeres, and the midfield is Norgard, Rice, and Eze. I made 2 changes from the lineup that Charles gave earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty confident we'll get
Why
the
are
win.
you dropping Zubi?
I'm not dropping him. It's just I want him rest because we have Tottenham next.
Okay. I'm not dropping him. I'm just not playing him.
Yeah, I'm not playing him. Same.
Totally different.
Sorry, I'm okay. I'm not playing him because I want to
makes
rest him
sense.
for Tottenham.
I thought you were going to say that.
It's not because I dislike Zubermendi. I
think
like.
he's played too much, to be honest with you. I think he needs a bit of a rest.
But people even saying like Timber or White, like okay, I don't. I'm not fussed either Timber or White. So.
Yeah, I think White would probably get my vote because I want Timber ready for Tottenham, and I think he has looked tired. So.
Tottenham has had a lot of rest, by the way, before. Because
everyone
they
has.
had 2 weeks rest, yeah.
Yeah, everyone has. And that doesn't always work in your favour, by the way.
I think it will make them more lethargic than
It's Tottenham. I don't give a shit if they're well rested, not rested. You have to beat them. That's that. End of conversation.
Tottenham and Chelsea, both of those teams,
in a
and
row.
Man United.
You just mentioned our 2, after Wolves tomorrow. That's our 2 next games, Chelsea and Tottenham.
Chelsea. I don't care if you have to beat them black and blue or you have to break their legs out, go and do the job and get the job done,
Chelsea, I'm just looking at I have reams of statistics that I've dug into. You'd be proud of me. I've absolutely gone totally into just looking at I've got a list of the most difficult I know you'll have to wait for the video, but I've got the games I've analysed, the games percentage win probability, and I think Chelsea's the second toughest game we've got coming up.
What was the most?
Oh, Etihad, Man City away, definitely. Oh, yeah. I think we have a 27.
I hope Kai Havertz is fully fit for that game.
You know what? It's really fascinating what it does to our statistical probability of winning the league if we lose that game. It's interesting. Kai Havertz is like Marmite, as you Brits say. He is. Why? I don't know why. Why do people hate him so much? Zanzi, why do they hate him so much?
I suppose it's because he's a Chelsea player. Don't like him.
That's so pathetic, though, isn't it? It's it's childlike. Especially for a club that had Pat Jennings. Yeah. I don't remember anyone going, he's Tottenham. And he is Tottenham. He's Tottenham now. So...
or even Sol Campbell.
Yeah. William Gallas, though.
Yeah.
What about Piero Esposito from Inter Milan, 20-year-old next Tower of London? Great attributes. I must say he has it all. He's a striker, isn't he? Though I don't know very much about him. I don't watch Serie A. He didn't play against us, did he?
No.
Oh no, he did play. Sorry, I've just seen
Really?
this. He did. Yeah, no, he did play. So I didn't notice him. So I think he came on.
We destroyed
Yes,
him.
he came on
somewhere.
for Lautaro Martinez. That's what I don't know. I wouldn't take Lautaro Martinez either. Thuram maybe though. Big time overthinking on this. Did I read that? Big time overthinking on the celebrating groups. Half these lads have been friends since the. Yeah. I'll take that. Sometimes I do overthink. But I think it's really interesting when you watch other teams celebrating, Chelsea and people like that. And I think like what I've always loved about Arsenal is when the first 11 on a pitch, they all kind of get on with each other, and you do look for cracks and fissures. But Raymondson, I'd agree with you. I have probably overthought that. And Noni and Saka, Arteta was talking about in his press conference how well they get on. So I'll take that.
I suppose it also depends on where the players are on the pitch. Because if you've got someone like Eze at the back, who's put the ball through to
of course,
Noni, then those defenders are going to go to Eze first. But then I've noticed everyone went to Madueke after anyway.
It was a kind of sort of this sort of high five. It wasn't like, yes, you beauty. Mind you, it was Wigan. I think this is the comment that I will accept this. A big time overthinking on the celebrating. I 100% agree. You know, like I am overthinking that one quite badly, but it's kind of.
And regardless on who celebrates, I'm always looking at Saliba anyway because he's absolutely bloody mad running down the pitch doing that, isn't he?
Saliba would be, Saliba's one of my favourites all the time.
He's always trying to rattle up the crowd too in the celebration.
I just love him. He just reminds me of someone I know, someone I worked with. He's just really chill, just a really nice guy. You know, sometimes you know someone for a long time, and the longer you know him, the more you think he really is as cool as I thought he was to start with.
Did you ever see the video of him slapping Rice in the face? Oh, that was I can't remember where it was, but if you Google it, it'll, on YouTube, it'll come up. Because they're all celebrating. Saliba's running up, and he puts his hand up like that.
And, right.
And Rice does that, and he just slap him in the face.
Yeah, him and Gabriel are just beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Cole was like, lol, Dad. I was hoping any Adams Arms regulars would see that. I definitely did. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Need an early goal because he gave it a hear me out in the top of his comments. Please all do that. That was so brilliant. Represent. Ooh, ah. We need to prepare for a low block approach from Wolves. We certainly do. Lone Star London says, need an early goal at Wolves. Yeah, I mean, that's this season now. Everything is going to be, if we don't get an early goal, you end up with the Brentford situation. You end up with a bit of panic in the ranks.
Yeah.
And a nice early goal settles some nerves. I don't know. I went to the trouble of running 200,000 simulations of the league. And then after I'd done that, I reran them with us winning, losing and drawing at Wolves. And the numbers are in, and they're in the video for tomorrow. It is interesting. Sadly, a lot of our fans have chosen sides, the so-called Top Gooners and the so-called Gluminati. Oh, that's my phrase. They can't have that. One extreme hoping we fail and the other hoping we win. Both hoping to say, I told you, it's pathetic. In the middle, though, are the actual fans, the real people who don't really have a side. They just want to see their side win, you know? And that's who I like. That's why I was saying I respect anyone. I don't have to agree with someone's opinion to respect it. If they've reasoned it, if they're rational. I distinguish between dropped and rested too. First Wolves, I meant regarding Madueke. Fun fact, Madueke has scored 4 goals his Premier League career, more than any. Oh, against Wolves. Is that true? I didn't know that. Is he coming?
Am I allowed to show a clip or not?
It really depends what clip it is.
It's Saliba and Rice.
I think so. Yeah. I think you are.
I wonder if I can get it up.
Pause.
Oh, share screen. Hang on. There we go.
People have been asking that question for a while. Everyone's paused now to see if you can indeed get it up. I was worried about the clip now. I'm worried about something else altogether. Here we go. I think you have to zoom in on it a little bit.
I can't.
No, I'm trying to do it for you. Okay, well, can you scroll up? There we go. bit less spectacular than I was hoping for. All right. Good.
Saliba
Right.
sexual.
Where have we gone? Where is everyone?
I don't know, where have I gone? Am I there?
No, none of us are there. Hang on. There we go.
There we go.
We're all back. Technology, that was a bit of a worry. I'm glad you could share. I didn't know you could share.
Yeah.
That's really good, though.
Really good
Saliba is a great cheerleader. Saliba's a great
Oh, he
human
is.
being. Hello, just came back on what's happening. Not much. Dan, do you use AI to run your simulations? Yes, of course I do. Imagine me trying to run 200,000. I use Monte Carlo forecasts,
I've heard
which
of
are
that.
basically, I think they're the best. So what happens is I run, so they're all programmed in Python, but you run 200,000 simulations of each game, and it does take a while. And then
Well, Licky, that's how I'm here.
Yeah. You were one of the simulations that went awry.
That's
Hey,
Is
look
that
at this.
what you used last season too, Dan?
No, I've started using it this season.
Okay.
No, last season was basically just me looking at all the games and going, I think we'll win that one. I think we'll win that one. Which is what I did at the start of the season. And on that basis, my end of season prediction is that we'll finish on 88 points and Man City will finish on 90 points. So I have Man City currently on that prediction winning the league. But that's because I think they'll win all their remaining games. Because when you look at them, do you think when you look at Newcastle at home, they'll win that? Leeds away, I think they'll win that. Forest at home, I think they'll win that. West Ham away, I think they'll win that. Palace at home, I think they just about win that. I think their hardest game is Chelsea away, but I still think they win that on past performances. I think they beat us at home, then they beat Burnley. When you look at Man City's results, you do just see nothing but wins.
So then where do you think it will come down to if you don't see City losing a game?
Well, I can tell you because I did the simulations, and not only that, but I can tell you the
I'll know
percentage.
tomorrow.
You will do your percentage probability of each game, and where it's likely that they'll drop points, the 4 toughest games they face, and the likely points they'll finish on, and by which day, and who will win the Premier League. All predicted in this video, not emotionally, not by some sort of how I feel, but literally just running 200,000 simulations based on current squad strength, the difficulty of fixtures coming up, current goals scored. There's 5 metrics, all get plugged in. You run the simulations, it takes ages, and it comes back with the percentage probability. And I think it will surprise some people. Well, I know it will, actually. Would you guys use Norgard tomorrow, starter or finisher? What game state in a Premier League can he be used as per you guys? These are really good questions from you, Charles. Who wants to go first on that one? I could go first if you want me to.
Dan, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah,
All right,
go
cool.
ahead,
Yeah,
Dan.
well, no, I'd love to. Basically, I think this is a really interesting point because I do wonder why we're not using Norgard more. He's never looked dodgy when he comes on. I think Zubimendi's played far too many games, albeit Zubimendi's played really well. I'm a massive Zubimendi fan. I'm totally on the hype train. However, there is a point at which I think you don't want to overplay players. And I feel we're like in danger of doing that with Zubimendi. And we need players for Chelsea and Tottenham. So I would play Norgard against Wolves. And that's not me trying to slight them. It's just saying, you know what, I think it will be a game that he's good enough to play. I mean, he was Brentford captain last season and they were top half team, so he's not some dodgy player, you know. I wouldn't make wholesale changes, but I would hope to see him in that. But to the broader question is, what does it take to get him on the pitch? Because he plays against Wigan, he plays against these teams. He doesn't play badly. It just seems like Arteta only wants to play some of these players if we're 2 or 3-0 up, and we haven't been. As they scored against Tottenham. So I think it's a great question. Would you start or finisher? I'd start with him. And I wouldn't expect him to put a foot wrong. And actually, I think he's really tidy. I think he's a disruptor. I like his energy. I think he runs all day. I like him. He's fit. And I think having a player like that, Zubimendi's great because his positioning's great. But I think with Declan Rice has to do more running with Zubi than he would do if he had Norgard in there. And maybe even consider playing Zubimendi and Norgard together. But I don't know. But yeah, so I think I have been considering this question a lot. Why is it that Norgard doesn't get more time? There aren't that many Arsenal players who don't seem to get any time anymore, right? So compared to previous seasons, we now have a squad that seems to be playing more. But there are one or twos, and Norgard's definitely one of them. Miles Lewis-Skelly is the other one, and obviously Ethan Nwaneri went. So I don't know why he's not playing them a bit more. Gutted that against Wigan we didn't see Miles in midfield. Eze scored against Tottenham. He did a hat-trick. Hola, Betty from Berlin. Nice to see you. To see you nice. Hola, senor. I'm not sure they win Leeds away. Oh, what, Man City? Interestingly enough, that's 43% probability. I'd know this one off by heart. I've looked at these stats so much. It's weird. Leeds away is not an easy game for them. Nice work, Dan. He looked dodgy once. First game. It's criminal how underused Norgard is. I think it's true. How do you two feel about it?
I agree with you. He's not really put a foot wrong. Yeah, you can say in one. I don't even think the one game he had a bad performance. I think he's not put a foot wrong in games, and he deserves to start more. He's shown us that he's fit to start. Yeah. If he's fit enough to make the bench, he's fit to start, and it's interesting to see why he can't get ahead in the starting 11.
And he hasn't made a fuss about it. It's even come up in questions, hasn't he? He's even been asked about it. He said, like, there was rumours that he wanted to move. And he was like, no, I'm happy. I know that I can't play every game. I mean, I'm a massive softie. When a player comes in and cries for signing for Arsenal, I'm like, yeah, he's one of ours. But in the Premier League, he's had 39 minutes.
All season?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it is not...
Jesus
it's not
Christ,
quite right, is it?
It's not the lowest for any player in our squad, bar Nwaneri?
I think so. I don't know. I think Nwaneri's had more minutes than that.
Yeah, because he had games, more cup games.
No. I mean, like, Norgard's had sorry. Dun, 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 dun. No drum roll. Norgard's had 776 minutes total, but 287 in the Champions League, 270 in the League Cup. And when you think who he played in the League Cup, he wasn't in the Chelsea game. So it was, Preston North End. I don't know why. But I like him a lot. And I don't think he'd struggle against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's Premier League proven. He's played the game.
How many minutes did you say he's played?
776 in 14 matches.
Wow. At least he's not complaining and making a fuss.
No, he's not complaining, but he played 3,000, near enough 3,000 last season, and that's without the Champions League. So he played 2,800 in the Premier League last season, and this season he's played 39.
Just under 9 games in total.
Well, if you add it all up. 10 times 900. Yeah, just under.
8.5, just over.
Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. So it's criminal how underused Norgard is, and Mortley Tex completely agree. Well, I don't know about criminal. No one's going to prison unless you add together the charge of not playing Norgard and not signing an autograph. That could be. Melina, you're a prosecutor. How many years could he be looking at for that?
I don't know. Maybe more than what Arteta will get for not signing the shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the chat with Terry Flores and Mark Goldbridge?
They do a weekly one, don't they? I didn't see it this week. I do like those two.
Yeah, they were saying that for Man City to win the Premier League, they basically got to win every game.
Not true. I can tell you.
That's what they were saying.
You're saying from right now, right, where the table is standing.
I can tell you because I've done. Believe me, since Sunday, I have been like Saturday afternoon, Sunday, Monday night. I've been deep into the statistics.
But Dan, I guess you're saying that in the sense that you're expecting us not to get points in a certain game Where what if we end up getting points? You know what I mean?
All this. So basically, when you do when you do the, essentially you don't run it once, right? So I could tell you
all the
now
possibilities.
what the statistical probability is of us winning, let's say, the game at Wolves. So we have a 73% probability of taking 3 points from that game. So then you take the next game and you could multiply it. So you have a 55% chance. So as you see, as you're multiplying them, you get the potential. So what happens is you run the expected goals that the team currently scores over a long period. You take other factors into play and it will generate for you a probability of success. And then you could run that for every game and work out how many points you're supposed to get. But instead of doing that, with a Monte Carlo, you run it over and over and over and over again. You run it 200,000 times so that the expected probability then appears to you in a graph. So there's a percentage probability that Man City will finish on 88 points, 89 points. 89 points, of course, is the most they can finish on. Arsenal can finish. Yeah, that's the most points available to Manchester City at this point. So if they get 89 points, actually, is it 90? Hang on, I've just talked over myself. 1 second, let me just tell you, because I did it on my other computer, so I haven't got it in front of me. But it gives you, basically in the video, it will show you a graph. It will show you the two graphs of potential points and the probabilities of each one. And the probability that Manchester City get full points from now to the end of the season is just over 1%. So they will drop points. They're most likely to get between 25 and 26 points. That's the highest dispersal of probability running the simulation 200,000 times. Now, just to be clear, there is also a part in the video where I address this. So, guys, feel free to not watch a video if you're in the chat, because I'm kind of ruining some of the hook, some of the what I hope will be interesting. But when you say, as a person who made a living out of probability, if I say to somebody, like I was a poker player, so if you get dealt aces and your opponent get dealt kings, then you will win that hand 80% of the time. But what happens is sometimes the 20% happens and you remember it more, because you tend to lose quite a lot of money when you think you're a massive favourite, you put all your money in, and it hurts. And that pain makes you irrational about probability. It's like if I said to you there's a 10% chance of rain tomorrow and it rains, people say you were wrong. And I go, no, I wasn't. I said there was a 10% chance of rain. We just happened to be in the 10%. Human beings, and there's a great book by Nate Silver called The Signal and the Noise, and it talks about how people are innumerate when they're trying to work out probabilities. Human beings don't operate within probability very much. So when you start using probabilities and you say there's an 81% chance Arsenal are going to win the title, it feels like, to some people, it doesn't feel enough. And to other people, it feels like, oh, it's a lock. But it isn't. 1 in 5 times, Man City will win the Premier League this season. But 8 out of 10 times, we will win the Premier League this season.
Well, we have
and that's
higher
just
odds.
by miles.
Yeah.
By miles. It's 80% is huge. You would never guess it from our fan base going a bit melty at the moment, would you? It's like, oh, we're choking again. No, we're not. We're not. We're not. We haven't. I've even run the percentage probability. So currently we're 81% to win the league. But I also ran the simulation, what would happen if we drew or lost at Wolves. And it goes down to 72% if we lose. So it can swing quite badly, but in 200,000 simulations from here, against we're supposed to beat Wolves. There's no two ways about it, but we win the league 81% of the time, and we are forecast to win it in the game against Burnley, our last home game. So there you go. I know what some people will be like, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. I understand if you've had aces cracked by kings 3 hands in a row, you don't trust probability anymore. But I used to use a heads up when I played online. You can get this analysis software, and I'd played about 1 million hands, and when you actually look at it, you look at aces against kings, and you've probably had about 5,000 of those or whatever, and it is, you have won 80% of them. Numbers just work like that. If you toss a coin, the long form variance will be 50-50. That's what's going to happen. If There is a slightly under 1% chance, or it's about 1% chance that Man City or Arsenal don't win the league. So there's a 1% chance it could be Aston Villa. This is the front runner in that. But that's possible. It can be that. And then people will go, but you said it wasn't going to happen. I was like, no, I express things in probabilities because that's what numbers are. I can't do anything else. But we win the league 4 out of 5 times if you run the simulation. We ended up running 400,000 simulations, and it's 81% Arsenal. So
Wow.
book the parade space. The quad, as I said earlier, is something just under 2%, which I think is incredible. It's incredible that there's a 2% chance we might. I know Boy Tendio is sitting there thinking.
What about
2%?
treble?
I didn't run that. I can run it. I can do any of those if you want. It's pretty straightforward. It just takes a long time.
In fact, Goldbridge and Flew is just, or Goldbridge is saying that there's Arsenal got less chance winning the Premier League than they have winning the treble.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. We've got less chance of winning the Premier League than we have the treble.
Yeah.
No, we've.
What?
That doesn't make sense. How does that make sense? Because you have to win the Premier League to win the treble. Oh, you mean the treble of everything but the Premier League?
Yeah.
No, that's not the case.
Well, no, but I'm just repeating what they were saying.
And no, I'm through your as the messenger. I am saying no, that's not the case. If you multiply the probability of winning the FA Cup by the probability of winning the Champions League, it's not 80%, and it's nowhere near. And then you add the League Cup to that, even though that you could say that's a 50-50. Although we are slight favourites, I think we're 55%. But no, they're wrong. But this is why I run simulations, because I used to, obviously this is the world I sort of lived in a bit. And I see a lot of people saying, yeah, well, Man City are going to win all their games. And you want to say to them, have you actually looked at their fixtures? Have you actually worked this out? Because when you do sit down and work it out, and like I said earlier, it's really hard to see where Man City are going to drop points. But then when you actually look at if you actually looked at it through actual probabilities, totally different things come up. Some really interesting games coming up for them. They have the Chelsea game. They have the Newcastle game. I don't think they're... I think I'll dig it out. I have it on a different computer, but I've got some notes I wrote on this one with some numbers on it. But yeah, 81% that we're going to win the Premier League. Let's have a look. Talk amongst yourselves a moment. I'll dig out some numbers for the games, because I've got every single game coming up and the probabilities of winning them, and you can multiply those together, and you don't have to do 200. You can just do that on a calculator. But there's a randomness in football, right? So that's what Monte Carlo forecasts take into consideration, that you could... So here we go. Expected points. Yeah, so Man City's toughest game. So if you look ahead, Leeds away. Oh, Newcastle at home, they have a win percentage of 67.7. But Leeds away, Man City only have a 44.5% win percentage and a 23.5 draw. So it could be as soon as the Leeds game, Mr. Tom, please do this for us.
Get a draw.
If the probability is that it's slightly less likely that City will get 3, but it's 44% that they'll get 3 points versus 56% that they will get 1 point or no points. Man City against Nottingham Forest is a comfortable 73.1%. West Ham away is 63%. Man City against Palace, I know that game's been shifted, but that will be a 60.7%. The only thing about that is that Palace might be in a relegation battle. So they're stubborn, but you still expect City to win that. Chelsea versus Man City, the away game. Man City only have a 39.4% chance of winning that game and a 24.7% chance of drawing. So it's about 63% chance all round, or 64.1% chance that they pick up 1 point or 3. So actually, you can see where Man City could drop some points. And then, of course, they've got us. I really don't see them losing to us. But when you look at it, the win percentage probability running I'm not going to get really into it, but I do get into it in the video. So if you're interested, you can look at that. but there is a 49% chance they beat us at the Etihad, a 27.2% chance they draw. So in total, as you can see from that, it's a 76.2% overall chance of 3 or 1 point. But if they get 1 point, it swings massively in our favour. Massively. If they don't win that game, then our percentage chance goes from 81 to 88%. Have I lost everything? Is everyone still here? I feel like I'm doing an open university
I'm
course.
here, but
It's
can't
like a
see
TED
Man
talk, isn't it?
City. I can't see Man City winning every game, although it's possible.
That's the
Please,
reality that
do
we're dealing
something.
with. Because when people
Yeah.
say this, they're going to go on a 10-game tear, 12-game tear, and you go, yeah, they could do. But let's work out what the probabilities of that are. And the probability of them finishing with winning every game is just under 1.5%. So there's that could happen. And of course, if they win and then even that doesn't guarantee them the league, because they could win every game and we could win every game. We could win every game but the game they beat us in, and we still win the league, right? So if they did win all 12 of their remaining games, including the game against us, and we only lose one game, we still win the league because we've got a 4-point lead. It is as simple as that on some level. And what's funny is I know what will happen is I'll put this video out and loads of people go, "You're wrong." It's not my opinion. This isn't my opinion. This is just data. It's not. I can't. Do you know what I mean? It's like a meteorologist saying it's going to rain, and people go, "I think you're wrong." It's like, yeah, fine, but that's I'm just studying weather patterns. Chris Nick says hello, darlings. Hello, Chris. Malt Leaky Texas is underused, but Arteta has little margin to experiment. That's fair. Own goals is an insane top scorer. Waka waka waka. That's my frustration with Arteta. He makes us too predictable for such a solid squad. It's fair. I think that's a fair point. Case in point, Norgard is proof that Mikel has not cracked squad management yet. I think that's fair. Dauman is the lowest. He's 15. Well, he's 16 now, I think, isn't he? Dan, are you a trained statistician? No, but I used to own a bookmaker's, so I know a little bit
He
about
was
it. I
just
don't know.
back from in training, Max Dowman last week.
I know. How old is he? Is he 15 or 16? I got told off for saying he was 15. Oh, well. I'm not putting my hopes on a 16-year-old. That graph can't account for stuff like form and injuries. Of course it can't. Nothing can. That's why. Benny, that's exactly the reason you do a Monte Carlo. Because if you just did one simulation, then you'd go, right, Arsenal will win the league 81% of the time. You run it 200,000 times because essentially you'll see a pattern emerge that, yes, sometimes weird things happen. Like 1% of the time, Villa win the title. But if you run 400,000 simulations and in 320,000 of them Arsenal win, then you say, 80% chance Arsenal win the title. That's all it is. So, of course, all of that is taken into consideration when forming probabilities. The Opta thing is exactly the same, by the way. They just run 20,000 simulations instead of 400,000. But it's exactly, they use Monte Carlo as well. So do bookmakers. Everybody uses it because it introduces a note of randomness to working out a probability of an event happening. Because exactly what Benny said, form, injuries, own goals, suspensions. The only thing that isn't in this, I haven't put any data in pertaining to Trump invading Canada or anything like that, which could all happen also. Poker is basically working out probabilities. It's exactly what the job is. If you're a poker player and you don't know your probabilities, you're probably wondering why you keep losing money. Poker makes me so angry. Don't get angry. Get even. I don't think I would have the nerve to play for cash. Don't then. It does change you a little bit. A lot of people don't believe that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just as likely in the lottery as any other number combination. Probabilities can be counterintuitive. It's a brilliant point. The reason you should never play the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the lottery isn't because there's less chance they'll win. It's just that there's around 50,000 people every single week who play those numbers. So if you win, your jackpot will be shared with 50,000 people, and that's not a good jackpot. That's all. But yes, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is just as likely as any other lottery combination. The probability works that way.
Do you know it was just after the lottery started up, and it was like in the late 90s, and
Early
after the
90s.
Saturday lottery draw, I think 122 people actually won the lottery, and they got something like 120,000 quid each. But the one person got
Bought 2
the
tickets.
next one down, and he got something like 150 grand for that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, that is exactly that is my favourite story is I always buy Lucky Dip because I'm not picking numbers because my uncle Leo used to when Austria had the lotto way before England, and every Saturday he would have a bottle of beer and he'd have his coupon, his numbers that he'd filled in but not paid for. And every week when he didn't win the lottery, he goes, bought myself another beer. He'd drink his beer. And we always used to joke about it. Like one of these days you'll get there and Leo will just be like that with his winning ticket. But yeah, so I always do Lucky Dip. But there's a great story. A woman went into the shop and bought 2 Lucky Dips and got the same 6 numbers twice. And the odds on that are much, they're stratospherically more than the 14 million to 1 odds you get, or you used to get. I think it's changed now because they've added numbers, haven't they? But it was in the olden days of lottery in the UK, it was 14 million to 1. But it's something like 105 million to 1 that you'd get 2. And they were like, well, what happens if I win? She goes, well, you win the jackpot twice, but they don't refund you because it is a lucky dip. It's like on Spotify when they put random in. And people were complaining. He goes, well, how can it be random if the same song played twice? And you go, because that's random. That's what random means, you donut. It just means every single time, shuffle, it's random. So we have to change things for human beings because exactly what we were saying earlier is like people don't get probability. There's a really interesting study, and you'll read this if you read The Signal and Noise. He talks about meteorologists in local TV stations always are lean towards predicting bad weather. Because if they're wrong, no one ever complains. So they say it's going to rain when they don't think it's going to rain, so that you complain. If they say it's going to be sunny and it's not, people complain. If they say it's going to rain, people just go, oh, you're wrong, but they don't remember it. So local meteorologists on TV stations, things like that, it's just total nonsense. It's about a 50-50 dispersal of accuracy. Whereas on the national meteorologists, like the Met Office, people like that, they tend to be more accurate. If we drop points at Wolves, we don't deserve the league. Simple. I don't think it works like that, Benny. I think you're being harsh. Why is Arteta and one fan autograph such an issue? Is such a non-issue. There are places to be. This fan be paparazzi. Did you hear about it, Dan? Unnecessary. Yeah, we talked about it. I 100% agree with you. I completely agree with you. I don't know of any other club that has to deal with this level of non-news. So I'm actually happy the Wolves match is away. No nervous Emirates crowd. Oh, that's a fair point. Do we agree with that?
Nervous Emirates crowd. Well,
yes and no. Yes, yeah, I can see it.
I think fans still nervous even away games though.
I think the players are nervous at Brentford, weren't they?
Yeah. Brentford people were really nervous because the second half of Brentford, you thought they were getting into first gear.
I think Brentford deserved that victory more than we did, and that's not a good look. But then again, if you run the statistical probabilities of the Brentford game, you get some interesting insights. Brentford are not bad, that's what it comes to. So here's an interesting one. The last 2 visits to Molineux, Norgard grabbed an assist last season, and in 2024 he got a goal. Seems that he has a good record against them, and Madueke needs to be started against. So that's a really good, well said. I don't know if it's true, but I hope you're right. Hoping we win the league. I still have that faith. All we need is to keep that winning mentality and ruthless. Brilliant. Masari Fafana, fabulous comment. And I wish more people felt like that. Because when I ran the analysis and thought 81%, why doesn't it feel like that? So I did a whole thing about you can't really be angry with the Gluminati for saying that we're going to fail this year because we always do. But that's not how probability is decided. That's not how sports betting works. Like I wouldn't bet on something because of a feeling. I'd have to look at the numbers and if you think that's a weird way of doing it, then I'll remind you of what I told someone the first time they were flying to Vegas. And usually you fly in at night and you see all this in the middle of nowhere. Suddenly Vegas opens up and there's tons of lights. It's an illumination, like unbelievable. You say all of that is built on 1% probability. All of that is built on roulette. All of that is built on slot machines. All of that is built on knowing what the numbers are. If you go into a roulette table and you're a sensible person, you go, the odds are not in my favor, I can't win this game, and you never play it. And you don't gamble on anything until you have an edge, and the bookmakers never give you an edge, so you're never going to have an edge unless you know information they don't know, which is really unlikely. But if you ever want to know how successful probability is at winning bets, Vegas wouldn't exist if it wasn't. That's all I ever have to say to people. So, like, if you don't think that the probabilities are right, then it's just fluke that there is a place called Las Vegas and that they sell more seafood in Las Vegas than they do anywhere in America, and it's in the middle of a fucking desert. They sell more shrimp in the middle of the Nevada desert than they do in any other part of the United States, because people come to Vegas and they bring money. And if you want to know how to leave Vegas with a small fortune, it's really simple. I could write the book on it. Best way to leave Vegas with a small fortune is go with a big fortune, because you're not leaving Vegas with. If you think you're taking money off a casino, good luck with it. And I don't care who you are. I know how to play blackjack. I know how to play poker. I'll play poker all day long, because you're not playing against a casino. You're playing against some idiot that thinks they're as good as you at poker. And sometimes they rinse you.
I'm horrible at the machines, the lottery.
Everyone is. There is no.
machine.
You never beat them. They're not set. Like if.
It's like is it a fixed payout like arcade games?
So in slots, you have the opportunity to decide the payout number. So the incredible thing to me is that people play these things online, because in a real casino they keep them a little bit loose to keep you there. So they might set it to like
low.
It's done in percentages. So online you might get a slot at 24%, which means you put £1 in, you'll get 24 pence back. Right, loose slots usually about 60 to 70%, but there are no slots that pay more. They just don't do it. So if you put your money in a machine long enough, you will run out of money. The machine will win in the end. Roulette will win in the end because of the zero. So every payout on a roulette table is 35 to 1, even though the odds are always 36 to 1. And if you don't know about percentages, all you need to know is if I said to you, toss a coin, heads I win £1, tails you win 95 pence, you'd think, well, that's not fair. But that's what people do in casinos every single day of the week. They take the wrong odds. Sports betting, when you go onto William Hill or Bet365 or any of these bastard bookies, are never giving you the proper odds on an event. Never, not once. And you'll take it, and they'll pay you out if you win, but you won't win as often as you'll lose, because they're giving you the wrong odds on every single bet you take. They will. And the one time I did really go, and I'm not a great sports bettor, but I like to bet £5 here and a £5 there, and never more than I can afford to lose. But I once went on this absolutely disgusting tear. I think it was 2012, and I turned 10 quid into £2,400.
Jesus Christ!
I logged
How many
into,
legs parlay?
No, I was just betting on corners in different games. I think it was I can't remember what tournament it was. It must have been a World Cup, right? But yeah, 2012 or 2014, it was one of those two. And I put £10 in at the start of the tournament. I got up to £2,500. My bets got bigger and bigger. But then I logged in before the final to put a bet on corners, and they just suspended corner betting. I was like, that's weird. So I thought nothing of it. And I said to my friend, my flatmate, I said, I can't bet on corners. He goes, oh, I can. I was like, come here, let me look at that.
Wow.
They just said, unfortunately, we're not taking your corner bets anymore. I was like, well, what do you think? I'm cheating? And I was like, no, we've just refused to take your business.
What?
Anyone who thinks they're ever going to get rich betting on taking money off bookies, forget it. It's a rigged game. I remember my stepdad saying to me, if you ever want to know, go into a bookies. There's 3 windows to take your bets and 1 to pay you out. And that's about right. And I was like, but it's funny because I was a professional poker player in Vegas. I didn't live in Vegas all the time, but I was a professional poker player, and I never played the slots. I never played roulette. I never played craps. I never gambled. People always used to go, oh, you're a gambler. I was like, nope, don't gamble.
I thought you gambled too when you first told me you were a professional poker player.
Yeah, I never gambled.
I thought you were good at gambling, but
no, I'm not. I wish I was good at gambling. I know some people who are very good at gambling, but it's you have to have the right kind of head to be a gambler. You have to know your shit inside out, and I just don't.
Are they good or are they lucky?
No. To be a good gambler, you spend ages looking for the right bets, and you lay and you arbitrage bets and stuff like that. So there are Neil Channing, who I used to play poker with. He's a great sport. He made most of his money sports betting. Tony Bloom, he was a sports bettor. The guy who owns Brighton, he was a poker player as well, but he started his own gambling. So really smart people, when they find an edge, they rinse that edge and then they make a load of money. What are you on about here? Max Dowman's too old. He's 16. Too old for what? Dan, you know the joke about data scientists. The data scientist sees a correlation between ice cream sales and divorce rates, so they conclude that ice cream causes divorce. Yeah. Well, that's not true of data scientists, but it's actually true of deaths. That when ice cream sales spike, so do deaths by drowning.
Oh yeah, because it's sunny.
Exactly. So correlation is not causation, is what we always say. Their fans will be fired up for this one, so will their players. We have to go all out just like they will, regardless of where they are in the table. Ooh, slice sex. Very true. I am worried about this game.
Really?
Fuck, I'm worried about every game, Melina. Well, look, come on. The reality is really simple, isn't it? It's like Wolves got nothing to lose.
And we've got everything to lose.
And we're going to be edgy. Unless he gets... I think one of the areas that Arteta never gets criticised for is setting up the team is all good and everything, but it's the mood they're in when they go out there. They have to be confident. They have to be fired up, and they have to feel like, yeah, we're going to do this. He's been doing great press conferences in terms of keeping everyone calm. But when you see how we played against Brentford, a bit sluggish, a bit tired, a bit nervy, you think, please don't send them up to Wolves like that. Because Wolves is one of the easier games we've got.
Yeah.
After that, there are Chelsea and Tottenham are not as easy.
But it's more so which Arsenal team shows up.
Yeah. This is true as well. This is one of the things I love about probabilities. If you shuffle a deck of cards, you're very likely to be the only person in history to have that order. It's did you know that after 7 moves each in a chess game, there are more probabilities there of different types of game than there are stars in the sky. Probability's mad. Slice sexy. If Arsenal, any away fan will be fired up, it'd be nothing compared to Sunday. Oh, mate. It's just more not having trust in Netflix FC manager. Oh, he's back. Saying the same boring shit. Vegas visitor numbers are significantly down in the last 10 months. Yeah, COVID hurt them. The recession, a lot of the Vegas numbers are from people traveling to America from overseas, and a lot of those people are from Canada. Canadians, you guys aren't going to the States anymore, are you?
No.
Not until you're the 51st state.
Don't let Moss hear you say that.
It's a race between you and Greenland, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd take it. I'd have it.
Really? To be part of Trump land? No way.
Well, you listen, Trump or Keir Starmer, you can pick. I don't know how to pick anymore. I'm an anarchist. I don't want to live in a government. Just give me a pub.
I kind of agree with you on that.
Yeah. I love the fact that you work in the justice system, because if there's one thing that I think human beings has helped us to get on with each other, it's having laws and the rule of law, and everyone being subject to the same rule of law, right?
I disagree.
Do you think that some people should be above the rule of law?
No, I already think some people are above the law.
Absolutely, of course.
You know,
and you'd
like
see
the
that
elites and stuff.
Of course, yeah. I mean, look, there's a public defendant in Texas. I think it's in Texas. One of Mort Lickey or Lone Star can correct me. Might have not heard of him or might have heard of him. But so if you aren't able to afford your own counsel and you're in a capital murder case, you need a defendant, right? You need somebody who is going to try and argue that you don't deserve the death penalty. And the public defendant in Texas says he had 26 cases he defended and not one of them got off. And you think, okay, so if you're really broke in Texas, you're going to fry. But if you've got enough money to hire just a half-competent person, you might not die. So already that shows you there's a disparity, that the same law doesn't apply to everybody. But I don't have a right to criticize America because I don't live there.
Neither do I.
No, yet.
I by that time, that's when I take the dual citizenship. I have
UK,
the UK
right?
passport. And
I'd love that. I think
Chris
that'd be
Stammer,
brilliant.
here I come.
I'd love that. You do it. You come over here. We've got we could definitely do with you. You'd be more than welcome.
I hope when we win this trophy, we can have a real pub
Yeah.
meet. That's
Totally.
our
Listen, I've actually, this is what, when I was running, look, it's 81%. I'm reluctant to let go at 81%. I mean, I am an old poker player, so trust me when I tell you, you get aces, the other guy turns over kings, and you're like, that's the best hand you can see because you can't straighten. It's an 81% favourite. And the number of times I've watched the king pop up on the flop and just been like, oh, God. And now I know, like on the river, I've got a 4% chance of winning. And you just... So probabilities feel different to me because of the emotional context. But at the start of the season, if you'd said 12 games to go, you'll have an 81% chance running 400,000 simulations, I'd have bitten your hand off for it, no?
Agreed.
And that's where we are. I know it doesn't feel like that when you go on YouTube or social media, but there's something wrong with YouTube and social media. It's not reflective of real people. Real people are like, I think we're going to do it from here. And then you've got people like this guy. Does Trump live rent-free in her head, lol? Yeah. Austin's back. Yay, said no one ever. Chelsea and Spurs will just love to put a dent on our title hopes. They do everything they can, but... The reality, I know no one wants to hear this, right? Like, because this doesn't feel right to say it, but we only have to win 8 games and draw 2. We have to win 8 games by the end of the season to win the league, as long as we draw 2 of the remaining 4.
8 games, we draw 2. What about City?
Well, if we win 8 and draw 2, that gives us 26 points. That means they have to win 10 games. That means they can only drop points in 2 games.
2 games.
Yeah, and the probability of that is very slim indeed.
So we get 26 points, but if they win every game, that's 36.
Yeah, so if they win every game, then we're going to have to
So there'll be
win.
6 points above us at the end of the season.
If we only get 26 points and they get 36 points, they'll be 6 points ahead of us at the end of the season. Yes. That's right. But the probability of them getting all 36 points is less than 2%.
No. I think they'll end up on something like 77 points, and we'll be about 6 points better off than they will be.
You're very close. Actually, the range for us is somewhere between 81 and 83. So, but I'm using what we call a Poisson model, which is basically takes into account recent form, injuries, home advantage, and XG data. They're the main things I'm looking at. And based on that, running the simulations 400,000 times, I think we finish on 80. The highest likelihood is we finish on 82 points, I think it is. And theirs is 77 to 78 points. So you're absolutely right. The probability is we'll both pick up roughly the same number of points from the remaining 12 games. Over the last 6 games, they've scored 2 points more than us. Over the last 10 games, we've scored 2 points more than them. So it depends on how far back you come out. But obviously, over the season so far, we've got 4 points more than them. The kind of obvious stuff is true, isn't it? Muda Kang, good to see you. Arsenal will beat Wolves tomorrow. These trepidation is based on the Brentford result. Yeah. And it's a nervousness that's born out of 3 years of second. You know, Calafiori might leave because of his injury record. I saw that. I did see that. It's surprising because everyone. Oh, Jose's here. Where have you been?
I like Calafiori.
I love him. I think he's really good. I was
Jose.
really sceptical last season, and he hasn't put a foot wrong for me. I really like him.
Yeah, he's been really good this season. At the start of the season, I said he was up there for player of the season shouts.
It's just the injuries, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand, because people will say, "Oh, we're going to sell him because he's really injury prone," but they won't tell you who's going to buy him. Like, who's going? Like, no one. It's not like, you know, you can't do a. The most famous version of that was Torres, wasn't it? When Liverpool sold him to Chelsea, knowing full well that he was knackered. But most people and when we signed Kim Kjellstrom, I saw an interview recently with the physio that
Oh
did. It
my
said
god.
we knew he
thought
was injured when we signed him.
and we still bought the guy.
No.
Oh
And
my
it's not
god.
like
and we renewed
oh,
him, right? We offered him a new contract. Oh my goodness.
But it doesn't make any sense, does it? It goes, it's not like a small injury either. Oh, what's wrong with him? Is it serious? Nah, he's just broken back. Sorry, what? It's like, you don't head a ball with your back. You'd be all right, wouldn't you? You just wheel him out after 3 months of rehabilitation.
That's it.
He's not much
Put
better.
him
on
in the
the
spinal brace, he'll be fine on the pitch, won't he? Yeah.
We offered
play
an
like Gyökeres.
injury-prone
I'm being
player-
Hey, what's that?
Injury-prone player a new contract under Wenger days.
Well, how
Oh
many
my
times?
goodness.
Yeah, I mean, Wenger. A lot of it, I think, was desperation by the end. Jose's in with straight away a good question. Do you think guys will see Saka in the middle again tomorrow? We kind of talked about it. I don't think so, no. But I think ultimately we will.
I think we'll have probably Madueke out on the right with Eze and Rice up there. And
What about-
Martinelli out on the left and probably Gyökeres up the front.
think you
What
gotta
about
play Gyökeres,
Norgard on the bench? Zanzi?
If Norgard or Zubi plays, it doesn't really matter because I think they're Zubi's better than Norgard, but then Norgard is really good as well. So I don't mind.
Agree.
Yeah, I think it comes down to a question of what do you think what the lineup will be versus what would you play.
Yeah.
I think we've all kind of agreed Norgard should probably start, but won't. So I would expect it to be Gyökeres. I don't think we're going to see Saka in that 10. But then now that I think about it, why not just go with it? Why not go? You've got to figure out how to play Zubimendi and Rice as double pivot, but I don't think you play a double pivot against Wolves. I think that's a bit overkill. I don't know.
If it gets the job done, you do what you gotta do to get the job done, though.
But you're going to be playing against the Wolves team that's going to be giving away possession. So you're
Yeah.
not expecting to...
I think
we're
they'll do a
86
low block.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't know why, to be honest with you. They could just have a go and come at us, no? But
But
they're
who
gonna
do
play-
they have to do that? They have that Strand Larson, that's it.
No, they don't.
That Wang Hee-chan's no longer a good player for them.
No, he hasn't been a good player for it. I really like him as well. He-Chan.
Joao Gomez.
I think, what's his name? I have to look it up when.
I forgot Strand Larson went to Palace in January.
He's gone. Yeah, Arakadore.
Oh yeah.
Look, they're not a good team, but they are threatening to have the worst ever Premier League season. You know.
Yeah, in my prediction, I didn't have Wolves to be that low. I
No, I
had
didn't.
Sunderland to get relegated. What an idiot I look like.
No, I mean everyone. No one would have put. No one thought Wolves were going to be worse than Burnley, Sunderland, and
Even
Leeds.
West Ham are really like. Oh,
West Ham are going to
was-
come out of it. West Ham are going to overtake Tottenham. West Ham
Yeah.
are going to go through it.
I
Leeds
wonder if
look like they're
Wolves
staying
says
up.
Mosquera is the same as ours. I mean, not the same as ours.
No, they're not
Brother
related.
or something like that,
I think I've already
cousin.
checked. No, I've checked that. I did look at that. Spelt the same, but no. I don't even think they're from the same country. Let me double check that.
Mosquera.
Yeah, so where's he from? Wolverhampton. No, he's Colombian. So Mosquera is Ecuadorian, isn't he? So yeah, they're not likely to be brothers if they're from different countries. But it's possible. Granit Xhaka and his brother are from different countries. One's Albanian, one's Swiss.
Kosovo, yeah.
Oh, they've also got that Huang person as well, haven't they?
He-Chan. And that's who we were just
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
He-Chan.
He was good like 2 seasons ago, and that was it.
I really like him. He look. There's a few players. Like if I was a scout, I'd never get paid because I
you
said
would have
Evan.
him at Arsenal? No way, Dan.
Not now, no. But when I saw him, I can't remember what game I was watching. I was going, I really like him. I think it was
Why
against
me, Chan?
Tottenham 2 or 3 years ago. Huang. Strand Larson is at Palace. Very well said, Benny.
Yeah, he
Wolves
left
will play like they
me.
have nothing to lose, which makes them dangerous in my opinion, but we should handle them easily. We should, you're right. If we beat Spurs on Sunday, then Chelsea at home, we are winning the league. We're winning it anyway. I'm just saying, we're winning it anyway because City will surprise people. City will... Everyone's expecting them to beat Newcastle. I'm expecting them to beat Newcastle. But Leeds away, Chelsea away. There's 2 games that could drop points. We take a draw out of the Etihad, which we've done. There are banana skins for them. When you, like I said this so many times, when you look at the fixtures ahead, you really don't see City dropping any points. But when you look at the fixtures they've played, did anyone expect them to draw at home to Chelsea and Brighton? No. So you look at City, we're coming for you with the shark. Our players know how to win leagues. Yeah, but a lot of the players who know how to win leagues aren't there anymore.
Yeah. That's a good
what
point.
we've done.
Yeah, Donnarumma knows how to win Liga. That's fine. But
Arsenal know how to win leagues. They did it all in the 30s.
yes, we've been doing it since 30s, every 20 years. Regular as clockwork.
We know how to win the FA Cup.
That's what makes me laugh about. There's a certain time period where people like, Austin in the chat who's still talking. But, he goes, well, my dad started supporting us in 2006. It's like the worst time you could have supported us. Like, fucking hell. Like, we made the Champions League final. Yeah, you won't be doing that again.
Yeah.
What? Well, we'll win the league. Nope.
Not for a while.
Nope. You got 3 more FA Cups to look forward to, and you can... That's it.
I was
when you
the North End, and we win the league. We will, because we've done it before.
Exactly. Leicester. I'm supporting Leicester to stay up. Actually, I'm not. They're staying. They're going. They're so.
They're
bad.
really bad, Leicester. I don't know.
Well, they had points deducted,
It's
haven't
so
they? Like,
bad. They got
imagine if
screwed
City had
over.
the same number of points
Yeah.
deducted Leicester have.
Oh,
They're going down to the championship.
wishful thinking.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think one day. I saw Kenny Ken talking about this. There's so much confusion around these charges, these 115 charges. He was saying the lawyers are still debating it. No, there's no lawyers debating it. There's 3 KCs, and they have apparently reached a verdict, but they're just writing it up to make sure. So we're all waiting for these 3 people to decide. The case finished over a year ago. And
Can I mention something about that on a legal
please.
perspective?
Please.
On a legal perspective, although we're waiting for the verdict to be provided, both sides will most likely appeal it, and that will take another 2-3 years.
I'm not. I absolutely believe that Manchester City will appeal it, but I don't know if the Premier League can afford to, because it's the other clubs in the Premier League that would have to pay, and they couldn't really afford the 45 million it's cost so far. So there's a chance they might not appeal it, which is one of the things that I think is most interesting about this case, because they are spending. Look, the reason that the 3 KCs are taking this long is because the way they see it is these are 130 separate charges. They all have to be written up so that they're watertight against appeal. Because if there's any discrepancy, then Man City can drag this through the appellant court for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. And there's no statute, so it will still count. So I don't think they're putting this much time and care in because they're worried the Premier League's going to appeal, which makes me think that it's City are guilty. But apart from anything, if City, when they went into this case, said they had evidence which was going to prove them innocent beyond any shadow of a doubt, and you think, well, if you showed that evidence to these 3 KCs and it's still taking them over a year to deliberate, maybe it's not as open and shut as Man City. And also, that's such bollocks anyway, because imagine that. This is right up your street, right? So tell me if I'm wrong, Melina. Like, the defence has some evidence which is absolutely a smoking gun, for want of a better term, proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that but they don't show it before the court case. They wait until the court case. You'd go,
It would have already been showed at the pre-hearing.
Yeah, and then at a certain point,
And the case would have been dismissed if it was so condemning evidence.
Exactly. And so that's full of shit. So we know that City were full of shit. It said, well, we can prove beyond any doubt that we're innocent, but we're not going to do that before the case. No, we go through the 45 million court case and wait 5 years for the verdict. You know, it's like there's such a load of shit around this. But what Kenny Ken was saying was, oh, their lawyers are jamming up. No, they're not. There's nothing a lawyer can do until it's an appeal.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not
I
wrong
think
about
City will appeal it though.
that. 100% they'll appeal
And
it.
that will take another 1 or 2 years for the
At
appeal
least.
to go
At
through.
least. I forget his name, Borson, the guy who used to be financial director at Manchester City, Stefan Borson. He was talking about this, and obviously this is in his wheelhouse, and he was like, the appeal could take 3 to 5 years. It easily could be 2030, 2031 before we actually have any charges. And then at that point, what's really interesting is that part of this rests on. So the case against City, in the simplest way, is that they manipulated or massaged numbers so that the Etihad deal for the stadium naming, which they've recently just done one, which is $1 billion, but that they're getting inflated commercial deals from companies within their group. And because they won't reveal their books, it's quite possible that's true. But now that Man City actually took the Premier League to court on third-party deals, and it was proven that you shouldn't be preventing it, actually some of the things they're accused of aren't even illegal now, but were back then. So God knows in 5 years' time if there's going to be any appetite to see anyone go to prison. Someone should go to prison. That's what I think. Kevin De Bruyne should go to prison. At least.
Why KDB?
I rest my case. I've always wanted to say that. I rest my case.
Why not Rodri, mentality monster?
Yeah, the mentality. That's such a good point. Mentality monster that was whinging about referees.
Oh, I tell you, I send Foden to prison.
Again, I think he was born in a prison.
No.
He has a look of a guilty man. Hang him. I don't want to hang him. I just want him to carry on playing. I'll keep trying to put him in a side and see if he could ever be good enough.
Mark Gahey's in prison. What about that?
No one's gay in prison. I'm gutted he went to City, actually.
Yeah, he's quality.
I think he's improved their slight chances of winning the league.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
but we'll do it. I'm confident. I believe in us.
4 times out of 5 we'll do it. 4 times out of 5, which is pretty good. It's the best odds you get, isn't it? Like no one.
I'm more confident we win the League Cup though to start with.
You should be less confident. In balance of probability, we've got less chance of. Yeah, oh god, yeah.
Pep has a history of winning the League Cup.
He has a history of losing cups as well. He's lost his last 2 he was in. He lost to Man United and to Crystal Palace. So, If
what
you
about
looked
you
at
guys personally? Are you confident or not?
Well, League Cup, no. I'm ashamed to say that I was nearly tempted to pay 450 quid for a ticket to the League Cup, and I suddenly thought, oh, I bet we lose it. It's 900
Oh, you know what? I wasn't even offered any because it didn't go to Silvers. It went straight to season ticket holders only.
Yeah.
Because it's Wembley.
Fair, yeah, of course.
By the way, speaking of season ticket, did you hear the price for season tickets gone up today?
No.
They just announced it today, and they're making a standing section in the East Lower now.
Oh, are they?
Sorry, East.
Oh, that's brilliant news.
Sorry, not East, in the clock end. They're making.
That's fantastic news. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the season ticket price is going up again. Typical.
What?
It's already so expensive.
Yeah, I know. My brother's got 250 people ahead of him in the waiting list.
Jesus.
Which it doesn't sound like that many.
How long did he put it since he...
Well, him and his mates had 4, and they forgot to renew them 2 years ago.
Oh, so they went back on the queue.
Yeah. And when we were trying to sort out the tickets for the Chelsea game, and my brother had phoned up to see how you do it from the box office, he used it as an opportunity to go, can you just check? And they told him he's 251 or in the queue or something.
By the time you call the box office to fix that problem, you're over an hour on hold.
Oh, he was 4 or 5 hours. He was in.
Yeah, see, that's what pisses me off.
It's an awful. We have the worst I don't know what it's like at other clubs, but I cannot imagine how we could have a worse, more convoluted, least intelligent way of selling tickets. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. It's almost Monty Python comedy.
It took me 3 days.
I know, it's just absurd. It's like, oh, you know, like you go on a website and you think, oh, I'll click tickets, and then it takes you to another thing, and now you're in a complete, where am I now? It's like,
And then
I
it's
think what
like,
women
Dad,
think-
check your spam email, check this email, check.
Yeah, there's nothing at all simple about it. Oh, are you a red member on a Tuesday, but you're a silver member on a Wednesday? It's like, just want to buy a ticket to a football match. Like, please, can we just... I used to, because it was paper tickets, I used to stand outside the ground. I'd have 4 tickets every match, and if for any reason I couldn't, I'd just sell one to some bloke, you know.
Yeah, Wembley is paper ticket. You scan the QR code at the gate. But yeah, paper tickets were so much easier.
I mean, just everything about the way we do. But I watched, like I said earlier, I'll post the
I
link.
have Europa League paper tickets.
Is that right?
Yeah, I have them here.
Oh, wicked. Are they actual paper or are they card? Then see, they used to be a thing of beauty. I used to collect my ticket stubs. I've only got a couple of them left.
It's like cardstock paper.
But you know what's mad is I found, going through some old books, I'd used a couple as bookmarks and they fell out. Bear in mind, they've been in books. The ink had completely come off them. It's mad. They just weren't made to last. But I've still got my Leicester City 2004 last game of the season. That I found that again. That was brilliant. Why is Arteta and one fan autograph sign such an issue? It's such a non-issue. There are places to do this. To be fan paparazzi. Did you hear about it? Oh yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah, absolutely. Stupid. But I think we've done a good job of covering all the topics tonight. There is, of course, the possibility that we will have to do an emergency stream tomorrow night after the Wolves game. I'm very much hope not. I will be releasing the probability video at some point before 8:00 p.m. If you're interested, I mean, I have covered most of it here, but hopefully other people will see it. It's a labour of love, but I'm really more confident than ever. But it doesn't mean I'm confident going into the Wolves game. I'll still be on tenterhooks. I'll still be unbearable. And I think I might host a live stream emergency if it's a draw or a defeat so that everyone can vent or just get it off their chests. Austin will look forward to that with his one conversation. And then, of course, Thursday is Club Tropic Arsenal and Friday is Mind Candy. The pub
Mr.
is
Tom.
open. I love it. I'm really looking forward to Club Tropic Arsenal, except for eating bacon and banana pizza.
I've got my visuals for it already.
It's beautiful.
What about the wig then? They bring back the wig for Club
Could you do a different colour one? Could you do a tropical wig?
But I've also got a duck as well because I thought,
rubber ducky.
yeah, but yeah, I actually bought him for Tropicana, didn't I? Yes, his name is Donald.
I don't understand.
His name is Donald.
Oh, I couldn't find a seagull. That's why.
Right. Oh, did you see that? The seagull. The Brighton fan was wearing a seagull head at the Liverpool game. The Ali McCoy was absolutely brilliant. The two commentators going, I think I saw him on top of the stadium earlier. It's like
Oh my God.
they were just doing so much banter about it. But this poor bloke was just standing there like that. You can't imagine his facial expression was anything else, but he had a seagull head on. I love football fans.
I'm surprised the Liverpool fans were singing "He's got a seagull on his head."
I just love, but it's what Dominique was saying when we were watching it and they went 3-0 down. She goes, any of your Arsenal fans who think it's tough being an Arsenal fan, tell them to be a Brighton fan for 20 minutes. I was like, not this 20 minutes though, right? Because this has been shit. This has been really bad. But yeah, like I love football fans. I love the fact that, it's like the Barnsley fans when they were 5-0 down going, we're going to win 6-5. Or you're not that good, we lose every week. You're nothing special, we lose every week. Like I just love football fans. I love football fans. I love banter and I love the community.
Even when they're losing, they make a kick out of it. I like that.
That's some of them. The real ones do. Some of them just get angry and shout into cameras, but the grown-up ones do.
I know
us lot
when
did.
I was married and I was going out and watching Carlisle United,
Yeah.
and the season we won the league, third division, got promotion. We went up to Brunton Park to watch the last game, and we were at home to Lincoln City, and they absolutely fucking battered us 5-0. So the Carlisle fans were singing, "We want six, we want six."
Well, it was a game, I can't remember. We played Blackburn in the 97-98 season, and it was a great Nicholas Nelka performance. And the start of the game, it went through every season. So it went, there was snow at the start of the game. Sorry, it was raining at the start of the game, then it goes to sleet, then it went to snow. And in the second half, they had to change the ball to an orange ball. And the Arsenal fans were all singing, "We only score with the white ball, score with a white ball." Just like, it is a point where football is such a pleasant relief from serious stuff. And then you get online and it's like, really serious, psychopath, should have signed an autograph. And you just think, oh, fuck off. Like, seriously, when did these people infest football?
Have you seen those? Sorry, I was going to say, have you ever seen those videos where you got? I can't remember which lower league club it is, but they've got this flower pot, and they're sticking it on a random person's head, and they're saying, "He's got a flower pot on his head," and then they put it on someone else's head, and they eventually put it on one of the stewards' heads.
What's like when a team's really bad, and then let's pretend we scored a goal, and then they go, "Oh, hey," and they all go mental. It's like, let's pretend we scored a goal. Oh, how can you, indefatigable spirit of football fans, like, you know what? Because it's not good enough. We need to win things. You know, lots of people don't win things, and they still find a way to enjoy it. Go to the football with someone you love. Win, lose, or draw. Go for a pint afterwards. Sit in a pub. It's never as gloomy as YouTube. Going to the football with my brother, going to the Tollington afterwards, and then going home, and again, relatively early night, to be honest with you, going home, and I was just dozing. You know, when you're tired and you've had a really good night, and it's like 1 a.m, I thought, I'll watch a little bit of YouTube, because I put my phone on, and the first thing I was watching was they were slagging off, why is it only 1-0? I was like, I can't be bothered. Click, done, forget about you. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you both. Hopefully I won't see you both tomorrow night for the emergency stream if we lose or draw. But Club Tropic Arsenal on Thursday, Mind Candy on Friday, and of course Sunday Night Social. Anyone around for those? I love it when you guys are here. Hopefully we'll all be celebrating the North London Derby victory.
Yes, and hopefully win tomorrow.
If we get 6 points for the next 2 games, that does amazing things for our probabilities of winning the league.
Come on, Arsenal. We got business to do.
Come on, Arsenal. These are 2 shit teams as well. You know, they're 2 teams in the bottom 5, aren't they? So come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be around on that Friday thing, because films are not really my cup of tea. I mean, this Prometheus thing, I'll watch it and I enjoy the film, but someone says, "Oh, who is in it?" I'll say,
No, do you know what? I
Fassbender.
actually watched. I'm really excited about Prometheus, and I bought the DVD, and then I watched the first 20 minutes of it, and I was like, I don't really care. I know people. One of the guys I used to work with said it's one of the best films ever. Yeah, but that's what I love about what's brilliant about Mind Candy, the films, and we talk about telly and stuff like that, is because people don't row about it. You know, you don't get people coming in and going, "Tarantino's a wanker," you know, or yeah, it's just you don't get people from like Austin from Georgia coming in and going, "You're wrong. That film's shit." You just go, "That's an opinion." It's just all enjoy what you know. We don't all like When Harry Met Sally. I know Rosie does.
It's like what Tom said earlier, isn't it? You can watch the film and 20 people have the same different opinions about it.
I love Tom for the way he does movies, because he just goes to what he's totally undiscerning. He goes and watches it and just says what he thinks of it. You know, like that makes him the best film buff I know. Carl Walsh, when we did Mind Candy originally, he's brilliant because he's a film reviewer. He knows he's met these famous people. He knows he's got loads of stories. I love film. I don't expect everyone to like the same films.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just a great subject to talk about, and it, you know, but in a pub, it's nice here because it does give us all people who completely disagree about who should be playing up front can agree on what film they like. You know. Although, if anyone thinks that The Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio playing 2 parts is a good film, we shall come to the fisticuffs, I tell you. So, Melina, your closing argument, your final thoughts.
Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
I hope you don't do that in court. I hope that's not your closing. If you're the prosecutor, case, I'd be like, yeah, I'm getting off this. Thanks for having me, Judge. It's been a great trial.
Yep.
Thanks to the defendants.
Make
Making
sure
it
you
all
check
possible.
out Mind Candy on Friday. Please subscribe to Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling. He does
Definitely.
his own channel. It would be really appreciated to show him some brotherly love over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Zanzi, pleasure to share a platform with you. Although no wig today, I'm very disappointed. I
No what?
missed the hair.
Wig.
Hang on. I tell you, sorry, I was actually going to
I hope
come
that's
on.
not on a mannequin. Have you got
I
like
was actually going to come on. You know the men's Man United fan who hasn't won.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh,
he
the guy
has no
doesn't
just
cut
hair.
his hair, yeah.
I was going to wear it like that.
Until Arteta wins 6 games in a row.
Yeah.
Until Arteta signs an autograph. What have you done with that wig? Don't do that. It'll be matted and
No, he's up there. I've got to keep it away because I don't know how flammable it is.
very. I would imagine very. Oh God.
Have a
Bring
good night, everybody.
Have a fabulous night. Thanks for
Hopefully
joining
we're
us.
not
Melina.
here. Hopefully we're celebrating via messages about the game instead
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
crying.
Hopefully
on
it's a really comfortable 2-0 and all the Gloominati will still be gloomy, but the rest of us will be, that's a good game, shut up.
No.
Yeah.
If we win 2-0, I'm sure we should have won 3.
Yeah, it isn't, some people are just never happy and we all know that
Yeah.
now, so let's not try and make them happy. Let's
And
ignore
then
them.
Thursday, show down, show up, everyone.
Club
Club Tropic
Tropicals, no
Arsenal.
drinks
No
are free.
football, please.
I might
No
drink
football.
alcohol.
No
I
football.
haven't drunk alcohol for a while now, but I might for Club Tropic Arsenal, provided I get Friday off. I might have a pina colada and a bacon and banana pizza, and just
Have you ever made beer bread?
No, I've never made beer bread.
Beer bread.
Yeah, beer bread. Really simple. 350 grams of flour, self-raising. 330 fluid ounces of beer. So it's basically a big can, but
Yeah.
and then you can still nick the 110 after. And they actually said in the recipe 4 tablespoons full of sugar.
Yeah.
So I put in 2 at the start, and I thought that's a lot of fucking sugar. That is. So I made it
Well,
the
that's
first
the
time,
food, isn't it?
and it's too sweet.
Oh, really?
So now I just put in 1 teaspoon.
How long do you leave it to prove though, or do you not have to?
You don't have to. Mix it up
really?
really well. Whack it into a nicely greased up thing, and put it in the oven for about 50 minutes. It's so simple to make.
I'm not eating a lot of bread or carbs at the moment. It's all tons of protein and long fasts, and I feel better for it. But I don't really miss. I
Is
don't
it just like the Atkins diet you're on?
No, I'm doing. I do 2 36-hour fasts a week. That's it.
Oh, wow.
It's not like we did a 72 last week. That was fucking horrible. But yeah, and lots of creatine, lots of exercise, lots of press ups, lots of. I'm doing whatever I can now because you get to a certain age, and if you don't, it goes quick. Oh, Usli Sex right to death. Look at this. Look at this.
Pina colada, tiramisu. Awesome.
I'm going to look that up. How do I get my hands on that? Where do I find that? Not only would I try that, I think that could be my favourite thing. I'm not really eating sugar, but I think I could make an exception for a pina colada too. I've never heard of that.
Can you get pina colada ice cream?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
You can. Oh.
Pina colada ice cream.
Pina colada. I made pina colada ice cream. Well, it's not. I've made it sorbet, not ice cream. But you can make it. Yeah.
Sorbet's nice.
I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll get my. I've still got all the cocktail sticks, and I've got my funny Hawaiian shirt somewhere, and I'll need people up here with me because I'm going to eat this bacon and banana pizza, and then I might have to run off for a bit.
You remember I said I made the pina coladas for the missus using the Lucasade Tropical.
Right.
Yeah, and that's really nice because it's got like the pineapple flavour.
Yeah.
Coconut juice anyway. Not
Yeah.
coconut. I put in coconut milk. Just normal rum. And the peanut Lucasade.
Was
and
it
it's
you were
really
saying
nice.
about they didn't have white rum? So like,
Oh, I know that was a Benny and no, not Benny and
Just-
Jerry's. What's that
just-
one that's closed down now?
just put any old rum.
I can't
in.
remember. And she
Thanks.
said, "Oh, she says we haven't got any Bacardi. Do you want some gin in it?" I went, "What?" So I said, "Oh,
Oh.
have you got any rum?" Yeah. Put some of that in instead.
I'm really looking forward to. I don't know what I'm looking forward to more. Club Tropical Arsenal is always a good laugh, but and because we're not going to talk football, there's going to be no football chat. I don't give a shit if everyone. We'll do. Maybe we'll have a 30-minute at the start of the show, and then after that is an embargo. No, just everyone talk about something else for a bit. Like a pub where we've beat Wolves. It's all good. Shut up.
That's it.
There's enough places online where you can go and talk about us beating Wolves not by enough goals or Arteta being a psychopath, whatever. Zanzi, your closing thoughts, please.
It's been emotional, and it's only been emotional because of Mel.
At least you pointed the right way this time.
I did. Yeah, I had to think there. I think which way is this on? Because it's the opposite
Which
direction.
way do I normally point?
That way.
I'll go the
Oh,
other way.
there we go. Yeah, it's the chat's been good as always.
Yeah.
Dan, you are the star with the flat cap on and the top very similar to mine with a zippy
Yeah, I
bit in
liked
the
it.
middle.
We didn't coordinate that, but it worked.
I know. Yeah. Well, we did actually. I'll text you next week on what I'm wearing.
No, I'm not wearing a mankini again. We've made Melina the rose between two thorns.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's it.
having me again.
Thanks for being here.
Even Austin tuned in.
I know, bless him. He's a sucker for. You got on one level, I'd rather he was here than being led astray by Illuminati.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank everybody for being here. I've really enjoyed it. Always do. Look forward to these nights. Tuesday Club's my favourite music, but I'm leading out with this has done really well. It's on 100,000 likes on TikTok. So must be my most successful one. But
Don't you get into the charts with that or something?
no, you don't. I've got loads. I've got something like 70 people have asked me where they can get it, and I'm like, I don't know. I've just been sending it to them as an MP3. I don't know. Just do what you want. So I was like, you should charge for it. So for what?
Well, you made it. It's your time and effort.
Yeah, but there were. Do you know what? I sent it to you, Melina. I made my weekend was brilliant. I made a little Barney video. I mean, I just do stuff because I enjoy doing it, but you never really think about what you're going to get for it. I didn't start the Adam's Arms for what you'd get for it. Obviously, it's gone far better than I expected, and that's because of you guys. And I'm so thrilled that I did start this. But yeah, my Tuesdays and Sundays, and this week Thursday and Friday are all the better for knowing you guys. And thank you for being part of this magical experience. And until I see you again, be lucky. Lots of love.
Raga Jungle Ensign, the Guna Sound System. We come for mash up the dance tonight. Arsenal style, red and white. Get behind the red army. Moving like Ferrari. With the handbrake off. Take it off. With the handbrake off. No stop, no stop. Back to the cage. The lions are awake. From Highbury's goes to the Emirates gates. Drums like thunder, hearts vibrate. When the cannon boom, it's too late.